can unmute myself. How wonderful. What a great way to be, ladies and gentlemen. And then we can go ahead and jump over here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Tribe Talks, the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes podcast, where we sometimes talk about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, but mostly we just sit around and chat shit. Today we are joined by a very special guest. His name is Vexatron. You might know him as Sexy Vexy. What's going on, Vex? How you doing, brother?
What's up, Scribbles? Happy to be here.
Happy to have you, brother. And of course, Garth, are you drinking a boba tea or is that a nice coffee?
Iced coffee.
Oh, thank you. My respect for you nearly dropped. I'm checking shit. I've never had a boba tea. They might be delicious.
They're okay. I mean, if you like sugar and gummy, you know, they're good. But
maybe
I'd rather just drink coffee. I like the bitterness, you know, reminds me of life on the daily.
It reminds me of my soul. Yeah.
It's just the constant hit I need for opening RNG packs in SWGOH, you know, just the dark depression and bitter taste of reality of it. Just like, I'm going to pull fives more often than I'll ever pull a 330. And, you know, that's that level of depression I need in my life on a daily basis.
Yeah, I felt that very, very real when I was pulling off Partygasm over there. And that 12-pack I had 2 5s in it and nothing above a 7. I was like, well, fuck you very much.
That's lucky for you. When I did my Partygas, 6 of my rolls were 5s.
Oh,
I had 1 10 and the rest were 7s.
I would ask for a refund.
I was very upset about how many crystals I had to spend on locking Partagas. I was like, really? Now I just feel like I should have spent the $100 on the 1 pack and been done with this. Yeah, so I was not happy, but you know,
fair. Did you do
happy playing this game? Good luck.
Did you do a surge pack pull, Vax, or did you drop cash, or what did you do?
So I've completely done cashless on this era besides the episode pass, just to get like 20 shards. So whatever I'm hoarding, I'm doing for 5-star, I think. But I've never gotten lucky from any of those packs, so I just assume I'm gonna get a 5 and a 7 every time.
That's fair. That's fair. I've very rarely gotten lucky. The last era, the only one I got lucky on was Vader. I pulled a 145 on Vader, and I was like, holy shit, I got a 145. I was like, 7-star day 3 or something like that. I was like, that's amazing. So that was kind of cool. Yeah. And
my last significant pull was Batcher.
Oh, that's over a year ago. Yeah, that's kind of rough. But to be fair, don't you normally just like buy the cash back anyway? So you wouldn't really.
Do. Well, yeah, no. Now that they've added that $100 one in there that gives you the 130 shards, I almost always just get that one because it's you just buy that plus the pass, and that'll get you to 6 out of 7 stars day 1, and then you don't have to do anything else. So that's usually what I do. I don't typically pull. We'll see how moving forward goes if they ever finally decide to dust the Zurich ability materials.
I think they will this era. Yeah.
I think they will too, but that'll greatly impact the need to 7-star day 1 because you'll need all that Zurich to get as many air levels as you can.
Yeah.
Early on, and so that might have a greater impact on what I decide to do on the next go around. But I think what I'd probably still prefer to do is to do the because it's the way it's set up, it's kind of a pain in the butt, right? Because if you do the 30.
Yeah.
To unlock the 80 the 100.
The 70.
Still,
the 30
pack,
the 30 gives you the 70 pack or the $75 pack or whatever it is.
But the problem is that you still wind in an overage at the end of it because that gives you too many shards. Yeah. So it's like, is it worth $100 or do you go for the surge pack and spend the vault of the near vault of crystals? It's just we'll see what's the best when it's all said and done.
It's kind of curious actually, Vex. You said you've gone cashless this time. So did you used to like wail on everything to try and get the 7-star? Was it this new era's approach where it's like, oh yeah, you ain't getting that 7-star unlock unless you drop like an additional $200-300? Did that turn you off, or are you just taking a slightly more laid back approach to the game now?
So prior to being a content creator, never ever took a single character to 7-star. I did the 3-4, slow farm it, never did it. As a content creator, I think Balin was my first one, did Ahsoka, did Pirate King Honda. I would take them all to 7 stars for testing, and just for like it was really good content for GAC. But for Spider Mall, I was like, all right, I'll take the characters the 6 star, slowly get them to 7 star in the last week of grinding. But I was not going to go for the 7 star mall until on stream someone donated the money to get him from 80 to 85 or whatever.
Yeah.
But the reason for this one is, as much as Andor was a good show, I don't really connect with these characters so much, and I don't really want it to go that hard. I'd rather just take an off era, come back, but I don't think I will ever go for the 7 star legendary if they keep the way the things are now.
Yeah.
I cannot justify spending actual money to get them from era level 75 to 85 when I've been a 10-year player with all these materials in my roster, which in the previous system, I can get them to relics on day 1, have the relic material, get the 7 star legendary. All I had to do was get them to 6 star. But this extra paywall that's hurting endgame players. And I know, I know it's great for early game. If you want to catch up and like get your tokens, you get the new legendary, you can compete with the end game at the same time. But for people like us that have been playing for a long time, why would I want to spend an extra $200 to get them from era 75 to 85 for a 7 star legendary? I guess I'm priced out. I don't feel it's just not what I want to do.
No, I feel it as well, man. Like when we finally got when that realization hit with Maul's era, I was like, you guys fucking high? Like, I'm sorry, is spending like $150 per character not enough now? Is that what we're saying? Like, they readjust.
Whoa.
No, it's not.
Back up to the day when new marquees were $300 just in shards. Like, I get it. We're spoiled, but there was a time where that was
double the marquee amount. Also, there's like 5 or 6 marquees. I feel like back in the day it was 4.
Well, I think 3? The most they had under the old system was the year
2018. Yeah, 2018 had 28 marquees in the year, which is a lot, but I think we're probably getting more now.
Well, we get 6 every quarter, so that's 24 minimum a year for marquees, plus approximately 4 legendaries, approximately 4 conquest units, and assumedly at least 1 galactic legend. So I mean that's 33 units a year. That's
quite a bit. Yeah. But you know where I'm coming from. It's like, sure, it did used to be $350 to get a 7 star character day 1, right? But when they had the Gungans and the Poncho Bros come to the game, they introduced the new marquee system. I guarantee they saw a massive uptick in the amount of players wailing for 7 star characters, right? That probably more than offset it.
Absolutely.
And now it feels like you can do it, but you also have to wait 3 months to use them properly. And if you want to have the extra gear, you have to pay us more money. And it's just like, fuck, dude. I know we get extra stuff, but it's still painful.
It's one of those things to where like the minor jump for all 6 marquees to get the 7 star legendary and everything else. It's not anything too like crazy, I guess, in the overall if you're spending on the characters. I just agree with the fact that it sucks that I can't use my materials to get them to that point. Like I have to basically use new materials to then get them to these newer relic levels. But yeah, I think the biggest issue I have with a lot of it is just the waiting. You can't do anything with the characters for 3 months, and then it's a full-blown panic to remod
before
10
GAC,
units before GAC lock in. It's just
like on probation. That's like a 3-month like hold. Like
yeah, I know, but it's like if we could just end the era a day early, I would be infinitely grateful for that change.
But it does really take the wind out of it, doesn't it? It's really hard to be excited about these marquee characters when you're like, find out what they do in 3 months. You're like,
well, and the thing is too, that's the hard part with Coliseum is like, I get Coliseum as a chance to use units, teams, and change things and get what's going on, but like the Rebel fighters were completely pointless on memorizing anything besides auto until Cassian dropped. And now it's like, oh, okay, now I can learn how these kits interact and what they're doing and how things function.
And they don't give you Luthor. It's like,
well, yeah, I know that. There's that too.
Isn't he supposed to be like pivotal to that team?
He's a big part of it, yeah. But it's just one of those things to where it's like, I don't know what the idea is here, because they just are counterintuitive to how the entire game plays. I know what they're trying to do, which is improve the early game experience to give players, younger players, access to newer things and be able to play with them and be able to level them up without impacting their resources. Like, I get why they made all these changes. It's all about the next generation of players that are coming to this game. Everybody who's been playing for 5 years or whatever, they're just not going to be really benefited by this system yet. And until the era system has more benefits, more rewards, more things to do, we're just sitting here going like, man, it feels really weird that my black coffee went from $3 to $20 and it's just the same cup of coffee. Like, you didn't even get new beans. It's the same thing. Yeah. And so I feel like that's kind of where all of us are kind of stuck right now, is that there's just not enough value add to the long-term players that makes it worth the effort of actually engaging with this new system. You're better off just going, well, until PvP gets addressed in a meaningful manner, where, having 30 teams on offense in GAC is going to be a meaningful impact to the game mode. What is one less gonna mean to me? It's just like, you mean the new casting team comes out? Okay, well, week 1 we try some stuff, we learn some stuff. Okay, we find out Gungans beats it because of all the buffs. All right, well, we just hold Gungans for offense, and that team's now just dead weight on the defensive board.
You don't already hold Gungans for offense? I mean,
well, I'm just using for
no, I know.
Case examples.
Just take a piss.
but yeah, it's just one of those things to where it's like, there are so many other things that need to be addressed with the game before you can meaningfully even talk about, like, does it matter if you go after these legendaries or not? Because it doesn't matter right now. You're not, unless CG is like, yeah, you're waiting 9 months for a 7-star Spider Mall because, screw you, that's why.
It's now officially 3 months since Spider Mall released. So he's still not back.
Returned, yeah. Well, not everything's even farmable for him yet.
Nope. So and that would be really funny if they did do that, right?
It would be funny.
Morph's back.
He's returned. Anyways,
yeah.
Whale on Vader.
But Karth, I mean, at least with this Colosseum system, if you're a big whale like yourself and you spend to get these characters to 85 really quickly, it means you're guaranteed top 10, right? Easy.
Trigger me harder.
I have an idea, but I have no idea how well it would be received. I think it would make both ends happy. Keep the Colosseum era structure the way you want it. These characters that you're releasing are tied to Colosseum. You can't use any other character within that era. But once you have the tune in your roster or character, you do have the capabilities of using them other game modes. You can put gear and relics and level them up if you want. Or you can play the long game, and at the end of that era, if you participate in Colosseum, they'll go to Gear 12 automatically, as long as you participate in Colosseum. But if you want the option to utilize them and gear them and relic them now, you can. So you can be free to play, not work on them. They can have a lock system to them where it's like, are you sure you want to gear this character? They will be blah, blah, blah rank at the end of this era. And you'd be like, yes, I want to upgrade this character. So free to play new players will get the Gear 12, will have whatever experience that they want, and then the endgame players will have the character unlocked, get them to 6 or 7 stars on day 1, have the option to get them to high relics, and use them in Grand Arena, TW, and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be down for it. I'd be down for it if they can find a way to balance that system where they still technically have that error leveling system in place, whilst also still being able to have them in our legacy roster straight away. I'd be down for it, because I like to just use the new characters when they come out in stuff like GAC. That's where, and see, do they help me in TB, for example? Why not? Because I've reached that point now with the account is big enough that, and because of era battles coming out, I always like Relic 9 new stuff because I want to max out the new era battle and get really good rewards. I'm like, yeah, I love that. So it means that these new units, I probably have a functional team to use all the way to the end of TB. are they a full auto TB team? And, that's kind of interesting, but you don't get to find that out for so long. So I would definitely be down for some sort of, dual running system where you can still, if I want to waste the 400 Kairatech gearing up these individual units, let me do that. Let me do that. If I can use them in GAC and I can use them in TW and I can use them in TB, I'll sacrifice the error leveling stuff. I'm okay with that. It's okay.
CG's not.
No, CG's not okay with that. They're like, absolutely not.
They want your money. No, if they could figure it out, sure. But I mean, I think the reality is that we're just stuck at the point of where there's just not enough to do with the era system that makes it worth engaging into. And they need to kind of spell out what that's going to look like at some point, because all we got was told the promise of at some point down the line, we'll add more additional modes to this. And everyone at the end game is sitting here going, yeah, but can you fix the modes that already exist in this game? Can GAC get some love? Can TW get something besides, the same game mode for the last 5 years?
Five?
Can
15 years.
12 years, whatever it is. Can TB get some new stuff to make it more interesting? Can we get a new TB character unlocked that
yes,
we
please.
haven't had since Riva? Can we get a new planet? Can we get anything to mix these other old game modes up? And the answer we keep getting, well, but the new era system, yeah.
It's still
what
here.
do you want me to do with that? We'll spend money. Pass. Next. That's it. That's all we came up with. All right. Well, circle back.
Yeah. Could you imagine a TB system which was error only? Error unit TB.
Oh.
It's like, fuck me. Thank God I get to use these 6 units again.
Just the loaned unit mechanic is kind of like, I get why they're trying to help with it, but it's like,
well, we don't even have that yet. We're still on the summoned unit.
No,
we don't have the loaned unit yet.
Yeah, technically they are the loaned unit. Technically,
they're not though.
But they're not.
They are summoned units. Loaned units
is
a different thing. They just haven't implemented it yet.
Yeah,
because I don't know if you saw Vex, but there was already data mined icons for loaned units and shit like that. It was a couple of weeks back now, or a month ago, or something like that.
Yeah,
but it was literally just like a little icon, and you loan a unit, and there's like a timer on it, so you don't even get to keep that loaned unit for. It's like, I don't know. It seems weird.
Well, I think they were trying a way to gate them being used after the faction change when they wanted us to pivot towards ISB. And maybe. I just feel bad about the ISB faction because they just dropped the ball on that one, because it's like, oh yeah, here's Partagaz. Oh yeah, here's Cassian. Anyways, Rebels now with an actual leader. We'll just smash through everything. Okay,
I still don't understand why did we get Dedra before Partagaz? I mean, granted, if you just had Partagaz, all you'd have is a leader who doesn't do anything.
Well, no. The reason why, it's probably because there was an issue with the summoning, is that for whatever reason, Partagaz would retreat. Could be the case.
Oh, could be actually. Is it? I didn't realize he was a fleeing unit.
Didn't they give us material for like the problem with like the whole leaderless?
They gave her.
Not sure.
Wasn't that their sorry thing for? Did that like, oh, we're not seeing the numbers in Coliseum that you should be doing?
No, they made
that was like the rebalancing. Yeah.
But they didn't give us anything as a make good. No. For that. They gave us.
Wasn't that the 5,000?
I don't know what that was for.
No idea. No clue.
I'll take it though. It's
I could be wrong.
that was nice. I'd put that towards more Relic 10 mats that I don't really need, because I don't know about you, Vex, but I think I'm floating like 60 servo motors at the moment, and I'm just like, I got the servo motors, I can't spare the signal data. And the girders.
That is by far the biggest crunch right now for me.
Yeah, 100%.
I think for like a lot of endgame players. I mean, I thought at one point Omicrons was going to be the biggest crunch. I have no problem with Omicrons now.
No, me neither.
It's definitely the signal data.
Equip them all, then you'll see.
Just put them all on.
Yeah, no,
even the Phalanx army that doesn't even have a game mode anymore.
Hey, listen, I needed all the pips to go away. Okay.
Do you feel CG has a tendency of just going backwards to things that don't need to be fixed?
Yeah, look at those datacrons, man.
I feel like they're just constantly taking things that are like decent and like just ruining it. Like the whole datacron thing is just exhausting.
Oh man, why?
Why on the farming time?
It's like the first Conquest was always like, all right, hustle, you got to get there first, and the second one was like, okay, I have a good datacron stash, I could chill a little bit, I could do what I need. Every single one is like a super locked in focus. Like I am dreading tomorrow. I think tomorrow is one of the hardest weeks as a content creator personally.
Yeah.
The first brand new Conquest, TB, multiple accounts, cheeses, strategies. It's like
it's like tough. Thank goodness we don't have GAC, right? I mean, to be fair, I think it's just one round of GAC, but oh no, it finishes. It'll be finished by then, won't it? Good. We haven't got another week, right?
No, we just
It'll finish a few hours after Conquest.
Okay. Yeah. So, but no, I completely agree, Vex. If you want to get any sort of guides out on Conquest or anything like that, you kind of have to sprint anyway, and you have to try and make like 5 or 6 videos in the first 2 days or 3 days or something like that to really just be like, by the way, here you go, guys. But now it's constant. Every single Conquest is like, let's blitz it to the end of stage 4, and it's exhausting, man. Like, it's just like, you can't enjoy Conquest. Not that everybody does, obviously, but it just feels like it's another, when you add it onto the changes to the marquee structure, and if you want to push for a new legendary unit, it's like, you know, they're chipping away at, or slowly adding the amount of money that you're supposed to be spending, and then they're like, oh, now Conquest is here, and you really want to get to Sector 4 day 1. Oh, by the way, here's a calendar that gives you 700 energy per day, and here's an Ascension pack that you can spend another $40 on to get thousands of energy for Conquest, because, you know, you might want to have thousands of energy of Conquest to blitz to the end of stage 4 and then start farming datacron mats. So what used to be $10 every month or every 2 weeks for Conquest has turned into like $40-50, and you're like, fuck's sake, dude, like, can you stop chipping away at the amount of money that I need to spend to play this game? It's just getting crazy.
And I don't know about you guys, as a GAC player, having to deal with different datacron sets that are literally messing with the same exact faction focused datacron. It's like, what are we doing? We have a Hunter Cron that is completely nullified because of a Balin focused datacron, like for a mercenary team. It's like Inquisitors. We have a focused datacron for Barris. Now we have a regular datacron set for Inquisitor Barris. It's like, can we like focus on other factions at least? I don't know. That's just me.
No. Overlap them all the time. No,
constantly.
I was kind of hoping that CG would go down the route of doing like 3 to 4 FDCs every set, and then only giving us a couple of actual crons to chase. So it's just about pumping up the material farm and not having to do reroll after reroll after reroll after reroll to try to min-max what you've got going on. And so that's what I was kind of hoping for, but it appears to be right now that it's going to be FDCs on 2 out of every 3 active sets, or that's kind of what they're aiming for. Or is it 4 active sets? It should be 3 active sets. Because we were going up.
I can't even remember.
2. I vaguely sometimes recall things. Anyways, that would have been more palatable to me, because then there's less RNG and the farm is just about gathering materials. And as long as we don't have a ton of level 15s, you know, the level 9s aren't much more expensive than a regular cron anyways. And so I could live with that trade for farming. But, you know, when you get crons that are going to start just becoming a menace on the fact that they've got a decent stat block, or they actually go wide with the set, then the farm
300 plus defense. Anybody?
Hey, those are great crons. I don't know what you're talking about.
They have literally been killing me this season, and like on teams I never thought it would. Like, I want a Relic 10 Luthen Rail more than anything right now, because of the constant facing Saul, Luthen, Kyle with 300% defense. It is I lost with Ufus the other day. I had Seer, Malakos, and Maul, and they got obliterated by a Relic 10 Luthen with 300% defense. It is a nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
Everybody loves the defense stat. It's the one that was kind of, for years, nobody gave defense any credit until we saw them in datacrons. You only have to look at Maul, Hate Fueled. I think when he's below 25% health, he's got 2,500% defense. It's absurd. And then you're like, oh, my Galactic Legends are hitting for 5,000 damage. I guess defense does something, huh? And doesn't help that he's got like 300,000 health. So it's
well, yeah, that's the fun part with some of those sets is that the stats can be so worthwhile chasing that the level 3, 6, and 9 are damn near useless. And it'll be interesting to see what they kind of come up with as they keep going. But just the aggressive nature in datacron farming. Like, I'm not even farming as many, but it's just going to be really hard for people to keep up because it's every, for me, I'll always spend a little bit on buying the reroll packs when they come out before GAC lock-in or TW lock-in, whatever it ends up being first. You're stuck with doing that every month now. And so it's like, all right, well, I got to shell out, 5,000 to 10,000 crystals every datacron set, but now I'm doing that every month instead of every other month. And so it becomes just the cost to keep engaged is pretty high. And as I've talked about many times, the payout sucks comparatively. It's like you can spend 25,000 crystals on datacrons for a set. And
I'd rather not, I'll be honest.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, if you did, it doesn't even guarantee you that you'll go 9-0 in GAC or that you'll win all your TWs that set.
Hey, so man, if you're in Bronzium, it probably does. But
the top 50 is it feels like a different game.
Yeah,
I've only been there a
probably
couple times, and it's my highest rank ever in this game. I don't know how I did it. Was rank 22.
Nice.
And I felt like I was just completely outmatched every single time. It wasn't like, oh, you have the level 9 datacron? No, I have the level 9 plus 300% defense and 100% health, 150% protection. Every single stat on a team is perfected. There's nothing. They're not wailing on the datacron. They're wailing on the stats.
Yeah.
They're dropping endless $2,000, $3,000 because I want to get another 180% defense on a datacron. That's the difference.
They want to be number 1.
If I'm gonna spend crystals on a datacron, I want to get the level 9. I'm not thinking about the stats. If the stats are oh, I ended up getting good RNG with the stats, sweet, awesome. I'm going for the level 9. They're going for the 8, 7, 8, 5, 6, whatever, 4 and 5 ranking of the stats. And
just the thought of re-rolling those 7 and 8s, those precious Mark III reroll mats just for stats, I'm just like, no. no, I don't fancy dropping thousands and thousands of crystals doing that for multiple datacrons.
Free to play casuals.
I know. I am such a commoner.
No, and I totally understand it too, though, because again, the ROI on it sucks. If you wanted to drop that many crystals on anything, there are so many better things that will get you at least a little bit better ROI, because the problem with datacrons is they're a fleeting mechanic. They're only going to be there for a certain period of time and then they go away. So everything that you invest into them is gone. You get a percentage of it back in the next set, but it's nothing compared to what you have to do to redo it all. But like we've talked about multiple times, it's what, 9,000 crystals over a GAC season difference in income.
Yeah,
but you got to spend 25,000 crystals to maybe guarantee the lock-in on that.
Yeah,
and then it's just okay, but that's 2 vaults that you could have bought instead, and you would have spent the same amount of
what do you want to do? Do you want to spend thousands on datacrons, or you could just buy 2 vaults and you could save yourself a shitload of money and have a bunch of crystals instead?
I'm trying to think of other games. For example, I used to play a lot of Hearthstone a lot.
Okay, cool.
It's a very fun card game.
Yeah,
and they'd have
I
different
played it.
like sets. They'd have different sets where you drop money on the card set, but the card wasn't. Sometimes they nerf it, you get your income back and stuff like that. But after that card was done with its current set, it would go into like a wild format, and you wouldn't lose it. You would still have it. Galaxy of Heroes, it feels weird because it's like you're dropping money on this temporary 3-month boost, and it's just a cycle over and over and over again. It's like, I don't know if other mobile games have mechanics like Galaxy of Heroes with a temporary boost that is such a powerful thing in PvP. Like, I don't know. My friends play Contest of Champions, they play Strike Force, and they never mentioned anything like that to me, so I don't know.
I used to cover a game several years ago that really highlighted the whole, the grass is greener kind of thing. We have it a lot better than we think. Because there are games out there that have got like not only just like temporary boosts to your account that do real like percentile boosts to your damage, your health, and all that sort of thing that might last hours. Literally like $5 will give you a 5% increase in your offense for the next 5 hours type thing, like straight up, and then it just disappears, right? But also there were boosts like this that you could spend during, like in the middle of like a territory war. Could you imagine that? You're going into a territory war, and as the fights are going on, you could be like, I need to get myself a 200% boost to all of my stats right now. I'm going to drop $20, $50, $100, and it would just be like, boom. Like
in a
that
PvP
sort of
format, that seems crazy. And the PvE, it's different, but PvP, that's bad.
Yeah.
Well,
it was in PvP.
A lot of things need to be fixed in PvP before giving a care about this stuff kind of like takes press. And I know there's a lot of the pride thing on being high ranked and being at the top of the Kyber board, and I get all those things, but I stare at it and go, why? Like I'm not ever going to make this money back on being the best that I can be with these mods or whatever that's going on. Like there's just nothing that you're going to ever do that makes that back for you. And so it's like, okay, well, as long as PvP is what it is in this game, I'm just like, I'm not that as somebody who spends, as free to play, they have a lot more writing on their wins and losses than I do. But, I just can't wrap my head around why it matters to whale that heavily besides just, pure enjoyment of the mode. But if you're looking at it from like a resource part of it, it's like you can buy a vault, never engage with datacrons, and for the most part, your account will still be in the same place, if not a better place, because you can still turn all that into upgrades, materials, relics, new character unlocks, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. What are you going to say then, Vex?
No, I was just going to say, I would love to look at the analytics of player spending under like Galaxy of Heroes roof to see where the majority of their income comes from the game. Is it just flat out crystal purchases? Is it new characters? Is it datacrons? Like, I would love to see the math of what datacrons are actually making capital games. Is it the top 1% of like
got to be, isn't it?
GAC players that are just funding the game through datacrons? Is it newer players whaling? Is it everyone whaling for 7-star characters? Like, I would love to know what datacrons is making capital games.
It's really hard to say because obviously we they're not going to divulge that information to us, but we can make some high level assumptions, right? We know that Galaxy Heroes makes roughly about $5 million a month, and when I've done just like look backs at how much people spend on marquee unlocks, quite often a marquee unlock might make $500,000 or something like that, right? And they're every 2 weeks, so maybe we can say, out of that 5 million that they make, it's really hard to nail down, obviously, because some people might pull a really high pull on the shard pack, and that's going to skew the numbers. But if we say 2 out of the 5 million is from marquees each month, that means there's still 3 million that's coming from somewhere. That's not just direct marquees. So that's something, but it's like, who does that come from? Is it really just, a handful of whales that are dropping thousands upon thousands? It can't be. It has to be a broader, it has to be like the masses buying things like Conquest Pass and Episode Pass and stuff like that that's bringing it in. I don't know.
Yeah, you're looking at different revenue streams that they have in the game, and they just have a bunch of little things that they throw out there as constants for for players to engage with. But I mean, like for me, it's like you want to know how effective some of their things are. It's like, okay, well, I'm just cruising through the Coliseum leaderboard right now. You know, there's the top 10 people. Most of them are in, meta guilds. There are some that are, but you got people with, here's a guy with 8.5 million GP with era level 90 units.
Oh my god.
Why? It can't matter. It can't
No.
matter. But you have people that are willing to take cash and just throw it against the wall because they want to take everything to the absolute maximum. And they're not as worried about that kind of thing. And that's what I think a lot of what they're hoping for with the newer players is getting those new whales that just want to come in and spend on maxing out a character. And so, they clearly, it's still working for them to do it this way. We may not agree with it, we may not like it, but they're making enough money to keep the wheels turning. Nobody's coming down and going, all right, Capital Games,
pack it up.
Disney or EA says you're done. Like, no, they're gonna keep rolling that through. So it's hard to say, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of it just comes from the just the lack of players really knowing what they can get the most bang for their buck on, because a lot of those players that are throwing that kind of money on it aren't engaging in other game modes. And so, like, if you take a collective of what people spend their money on, some people might just be very heavy in one avenue or revenue stream and not engaging in the other ones at all. They may just not like datacrons. I mean, I know multiple big whale accounts, 16 plus million GP, that they don't touch datacrons for the life of them. They're in a guild that doesn't care. They don't care about GAC. PvP means nothing to them, but they will whale to take every character to Relic 9, to take every to max out the era system. They'll do all that because that's what they like about the game.
They like to collect and max out units.
Yeah,
that's the enjoyment they get out of the game, which is fine. I'm not here to poo-poo on how anybody likes to enjoy the game. Absolutely not. And genuinely speaking, if you've got disposable cash, I don't fucking care which way you spend it. You have fun, go crazy. But it does seem a little bit alien to me sometimes to spend that level of cash on something that, does it really
also
need to happen?
The player retention, I wonder how are these newer players that are coming into Coliseum, if they're staying. Like, obviously this is not a log big data source to go off of, but I know you have a free-to-play account, I have a free-to-play account. When you look at your top 50, how many of them are not a guild anymore? I don't know if you've ever checked.
Oh, what do you mean?
At least
like
half
in Squad Arena?
Mine. Like in Fleet Arena, if there's a top 50.
Oh, right.
How many of those whales that got Executor, have Leviathan, have Profundity, or any of them in a guild still? I could say in my top 50, only the top 15 are playing. A lot of them are not in a guild anymore. So are these newer players even retaining? Are they staying? Are they enjoying the new game mode to want to keep playing?
Yeah.
So they have to work on retention too.
The good indicator of that will be after this May the 4th season comes back around, because we had a massive influx of new players when last year's May the 4th came through.
Yeah, didn't we have like 100,000 additional players, or should I say 100,000 new accounts join the game for last year's May the 4th?
I want to say it was like
more than that.
More than that by a lot. I want to say it was like they had like an increase of like 2 million logins over that month. But I can't recall the details on it. But the short of it is that people were using the die off of that hype with the Order 66 and the clones coming under Lord Vader and things like that, to be like, Galaxy Feroz is dying, and because it was a massive spike, and it all came back down. I think we still netted out like 100,000 new players.
Yeah.
When it was all said and done, in the year over year. But that'll be a good indication to see if the Coliseum system is doing anything to keep retention high. As when we do this next May the 4th, with, you know, Maul Shadow Lord and the new Mandalorian Grogu movie and all that kind of stuff, what they pair to go with that as a way to try to engage the next cycle of players in what's happening here. And that'll be an indication of, hey, like this is working. But I mean, you know, that's the other thing too, is that CG has done a lot in the last 9 months to really improve that early game experience and try to make that as engaging and as you know, sticky as possible. Try to make it worth coming back for, and what, you know,
it's definitely where their focus is, and I do agree. I think that this next era is going to be really important for CG to nail, because we haven't had a new film since 2019 in terms of Star Wars, right? That's a long ass time, bro. That's a long ass time to not have a film. This is an opportunity for CG to be like, damn, there's going to be a lot of people talking about Star Wars, watching Star Wars, you know, getting the hype running again. And if this next era is something like fucking the speeder bike gang from Book of Boba Fett,
Constables,
you know what I mean? Like, you gotta have faith. You gotta have faith that they're gonna nail it, and it's gonna be like a really good era, because there's gonna be a lot of eyes watching. So they've got to get it right. They have to get it right, because it's gonna be so embarrassing, dude, if we. It comes down to it, something like that.
There's a reason why they've been so freaking quiet the last month and a half. Like, I just feel like it is absolutely, they are under the gun trying to make this, like, they're going to try to have, you know, new things for the Coliseum mode. They're going to try to have, you know, the whole era, and then the next, what that leads into, and potentially a raid announcement. I mean, they've got a lot on their plate that is kind of an expectation for the existing player base, let alone the expansion of trying to pick up new people into the next cycle of things. And so I'm really interested to see what they kind of come out with, because it's like, if we just do like they did for Andor, which is basically lay an egg and walk away from it,
lay an Andor egg and walk away.
I don't know what we do. Like, I don't hate what we have for Andor. I don't mind it. The team seems kind of interesting. I think it'll be similar power levels as Maul. When it's all said and done, because you have a 6 Omicron GAC team again, and so I think it'll be interesting to see how that shakes loose. But, you know, just nobody really cares, and it's two teams that you can just forget about. There is ISB is going to do nothing really interesting unless they get a really good FTC, and the Rebel Fighter team is like, there's going to be something stupid that just beats the crap out of it. You're just like, oh, Great Mothers wins. All right.
Great Mothers are great, though. Great team. And
you know,
just to jump on something there, and before it fleets from my ADHD brain, have you guys watched Shadowlord Maul?
I haven't. It's on my list of things to do.
Okay. Vex, what's your thoughts on it, bro?
He's straight aura farming right now.
He pretty much is, yeah.
The first 2 episodes are him just straight up like looking like a total G, but where it's gonna go, I'm interested. I think it's exciting. I like Sam Witwer. People say I look like him, by the way, on my Twitch streams all the time. That I have like,
give yourself a head shave. Go for the Star Killer look. You know, go with that buzz cut going. I mean, it could happen. It could happen. maybe like a nice cosplay one day. But I'm excited for it. I think. I hope. I mean, it's very highly rated, critics and audience. I hope that would bring new players. I feel like. I mean, maybe I don't see it a lot, but like, I feel like Galaxy of Heroes could be doing so much more with advertising the game. Like, Star Wars is such a big IP. It's so popular. Like, I feel like there's so much more to it. I feel like there's so many more players that we could gain. Like, Star Wars is the biggest IP. Disney has it. It's like, they should be way more advertising for this game, like Raid Shadow Legends. I know Raid Shadow Legends has a crazy budget, but it's freaking Star Wars. Yeah. It's one of the biggest franchises on the planet. We, you know, the opportunity is definitely there. It's just taking a hand of it, you know, getting hold of it and actually trying to flex it. I'm sure CG is probably thinking about how they can keep doing that. But yeah, it's not like they have competition in this space for Star Wars IP, right? I don't know of a single other. I think there might be a card game. Star Wars card game that's on mobile. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. But like,
is it Unleashed or something like that? I can't. Unlimited. Star Wars Unlimited. Something like that.
Where are you going to play Darth Revan anywhere else besides the original KOTOR games? It's like you get to play with these characters you never thought. Like I never thought I'd have to actually get to play with Darth Nihilus in a game one day.
Yeah.
On a mobile game, it's like there's a lot of pros to Galaxy of Heroes. Like whether I know the decisions CG makes are kind of but I love this game, and you get to play with characters you never thought you'd get to play with. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, there's literally nothing like it. I'd love it if, you know, if there was to be a successor or a different production company gets a chance to release something very similar. Turn-based combat for me is just I love that sort of thing, right? I've said it before, but if somebody gave me an original Star Wars RPG that was done in the same way as Expedition 33, I would play the shit out of that game. Give me an RPG Star Wars game and I will be down, man. But they just don't seem to be...
Is that like KOTOR? I've heard that's a phenomenal game.
It's more like a Final Fantasy game, like old school Final Fantasy, like 7, 8, 9, 10, that sort of era.
My friends keep trying to get me to play it. I just never have time.
Oh, it's fucking amazing.
KOTOR is real-time turn-based. So it's much faster paced than the other ones.
If the new KOTOR is like similar, but it has like Mass Effect kind of like combat or something like that, I think it'd be an absolute killer. Obviously, I would still play KOTOR today. I think it's probably my favorite game of all time, but I will admit some of the combat's a little dated. But I hope that if the remake is coming, I hope it's a win.
Part about KOTOR that kills me endlessly is that the standard attack animations are so freaking good. Like the actual, like if you actually have two characters engage in melee combat, they will actually start a scripted, fight back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good that using any of the other abilities seems like a complete waste of your time.
Like I want to watch them do cool shit.
Yeah, it's actual like fighting combat. Like they're actually going through the motions of catching each other's blades and parrying and whatever else that, actually attempting to dodge stuff when they actually dodge. And so when you use the abilities all the time, it just overwrites the animations and you use the ability animation. But I don't know what they really, it feels like the downside of Star Wars was being bought by Disney because they really limited what was being put out for a lot of reasons, but it would be great to have a lot wider base of people engaged in it and coming out with different types of games with the IP. Because I think right now the what's the new turn-based one tactical shooter?
Zero Company.
Zero Company. That actually looks really interesting, and it's going back and forth between first person and overhead tactical shooter and like there's a lot of story elements they're going to tell with specific camera angles and viewpoints and everything else. It's really going to give it a much more of a RPG kind of feel to the storyline. But that's kind of, those are the kind of things where I kind of like, I get upset with like where we've been at with Star Wars for so long, is because it's like everybody just wanted to keep making the exact same style of game, and it does well if it's one or two games like that, but then every Star Wars game being like that, people are just like, okay, well, when am I going to get my, other type of Star Wars? Like I love Star Wars, but like I'm kind of worn out on, FPS, or I'm kind of worn out on, collector RPG kind of things, like Outlaws wasn't terrible, but it was a dead horse on arrival.
Quick shout out over here. Survivor. What the hell over here? Just donated $10. Thank you, sir. He says SWGOH is KOTOR 3 and it all got a massive engine facelift recently. If the new KOTOR game is going to be crap, apparently. But thank you so much for the $10, brother. I remember seeing the trailer. You guys watch the trailer for the new, like the spiritual successor to KOTOR? I can't remember what it's called.
Fate of the Old Republic.
That's it. Yeah, that looked pretty dope. But there's very little to go on at the moment.
It's like everything else. Like we got another Star Wars teaser before we got anything on Star Wars Eclipse.
And that was announced
4 years ago or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Like 2-3 years ago? Like it was a fat minute ago.
Not even like a gameplay in 4 years.
And we're still waiting on the Star Wars KOTOR 1 remake. remaster, whatever the hell it lands up as.
I think it was supposed to be a full remake, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just like there are just so many things where it's like I get it, but you know, at the same time, I feel like they just that was the advantage of the 2000s. It was having so many broad options, you know, like the Jedi Outcast series and the Republic Commando series, or one singular game. But there was just a lot of Star Wars to engage with, and then right now it just feels like it's the one thing to engage with, and then a lot of hopium copium for the rest of it. You know, it's like the only Star Wars game that's coming that we know with a high degree of certainty will eventually hit the shelves is Jedi 3.
Jedi 3,
yeah, whatever they want to call it. That's the only one that we know is for sure coming, because that studio is already like halfway through it. They're not going to shithouse that one.
Yeah.
But everything else is just like, well, you know, it's all coming right until you're like, budgetary cuts. Never mind.
That's probably my biggest problem. I think that I have is you're at the Game Awards. You have a whole spot. You're announcing games before they're even close. Like you're announcing stuff and it's either canceled or delayed. Like even the Star Wars movies, we had the whole, we're having the whole Rey movie that's put on the shelf. We had this whole trilogy coming from the creators of, I mean, that's not the point. The point being, there's a whole bunch of announcements, but nothing ever comes out of it. You get everyone's hopes up for them to just get crumbling down. Like when KOTOR was released, I was commuting back from my job on the train, and I think I yelped on the train, and everyone looked at me because I was like, wait, is that Darth Revan? Are they making a KOTOR remake?
Yeah.
Like, I was so excited, and then all these reports about it's canceled, new studio, getting scrapped. It's like, just be straight up with us. Come on.
Yeah, it's big sad, bro. It's big sad. Yeah. And it's, I mean, I know you were talking about KOTOR just now in the remake, but like the Quantic Dream, the people that are making Star Wars Eclipse, they've made some banging games, dude. Like they made Heavy Rain. I don't know if you ever played Heavy Rain, but that was back on the PS3, and that's just entirely story driven, not really gameplay-esque. It's not like action or anything, but it's branching story paths, really cool sort of interactions where choices actually matter and stuff like that. They know how to make a good story. They also did Detroit Become Human, which was a really interesting story-based game, you know? And so they, like, I feel like they could probably do a good Star Wars story, but, you know, 4 years, 5 years, and we've still not seen anything or heard anything. It's just kind of disappointing, dude. Like, why announce it? Like,
well, a lot of it for them is it's unfortunately it's just how their revenue cycle works. That they make the announcement with a concept trailer to try and drive enough hype to get enough public attention to hopefully get investors into paying, you know, funding projects and stuff like that, right? So it's a large portion of it is just they're slaves to the system that built what they're doing. You know, when you look back at games that came out in the 90s and 2000s, there was a lot of development time from original concept to finished product. I mean, I believe the original Halo series took the better part of like 12 years from original concept to releasing of Halo CE. But we didn't have to experience that because we didn't know that it was coming until, you know, like a couple years ahead of time. I don't know the exact window of when they made the actual announcement for the game, but there's just so much more now on the announcements, because even a failed announcement, a dog shit announcement, is still going to generate them a good amount of money in advertising, because they're going to be able to have that trailer and put other things out. And so there's just a lot of content where they can kind of milk ideas without actually having to put anything into it. And so we're kind of stuck in the system where there's the benefit really isn't about putting out the game, right? Because we talked about this a little while ago, you know, when World of Warcraft made more money on a $15 mount than
StarCraft
what was the
2?
stupid game called? StarCraft 2, you know, Wings of Liberty. And so it's like when you have that as your comparison benchmark, the system starts to fight itself as to what it's supposed to be doing, because the monetization of cosmetics or perks or whatever, you know, people are willing to pay for it. So they start leaning into it. And it's like the biggest thing over the last decade has been literally turning every single game into some form of a live service. That has been the stab for every single game that's been coming out since like 2018. And that's just what they want to do. They want everything's got to make money, not just in sales. And so I don't know if that's going to walk back any time in the future, but that's just what a lot of these games end up going towards, is just pumping out ideas to try to make money on the idea. If it doesn't get enough traction, then you just scrap it, go to the next one, because you're not out anything for making a 3D rendered video. It's like Anthem's original release.
Oh god, don't even go into like what a fucking clusterfuck that was.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah, we should probably get on to questions, guys, because we have a few, and that usually takes a while. So I'll jump up into the questions section of the Tribe Talks podcast. First and foremost, we've got Sasha, who's asking, at the end of last week's talks, Karth said he isn't interested in spending $500 per character for 5 more relic levels. How about going right to Relic 12 to make Delta more of a thing? R11 is a relatively cheap immediate level up, with the price going from 10 to 12 in the same range as 9 to 10. Not sure what he's trying to say here.
You just talk about like the current scaling of cost to go. It's like $200 to go from Relic
R9 to R10.
R9 to R10. So just kind of the same idea of like if you added that onto the scale. While that would make more sense for me, the issue of why I know they're not ever going to do that is because the fact that they don't want to make early game accounts top heavy. Like they throttle it down intentionally, but it would incentivize me more to want to spend on taking characters to era level 95 or 105 or whatever that ends up being to get to that level. But then at the same time, if you do things like that, early accounts that can, like, let's say, have access to a gear 12, let's not gear 12, let's say Relic 12. If you had a Relic 12 casting and/or team, you are never losing a match of GAC by placing that in the front wall unless you happen to be facing an opponent who equally has that team on defense. And then at that point, it's just who places it better and who gets stuck where. Because you're going to Relic Delta most of your competition out of being able to beat you, because most accounts aren't going to have Relic 12 name a thing. So I can understand why from CG they wouldn't want to do that on that perspective. But outside of that range, they need to do a lot more to incentivize, especially long-term players, into wanting to take those things up to 95. Because right now there's zero reason besides just the burning smell of plastic.
Yeah. I was going to say, it is literally just burning your money. Going to 95, there's no real... Who cares about getting to Relic 2?
It's Relic 6.
Oh, is it Relic 6? Who cares about Relic 6? Yeah. If it's costing you $200 a character. It's like...
Yeah, it's the cost on it in the error currency you get from doing it. It's like you could spend all of that money just buying the Relic 10 packs as they come out, and you would be ahead on your Relic 10 investments, and you would be spending the money on 85 to 95 because the Relic 10 packs also give you all the supplementary Relic materials to make the jump, where the error currency only gives you the Relic 10 mat. So you're just even further screwed by investing into error levels. Like I want an advertisement that goes out across the game. I need to hack into the system and just tell every single player that, like, stop with the requirement.
It's a trap.
Quit giving CG positive reinforcement on this stupid mechanic.
Wow.
Anyways.
Yeah. Okay, next question comes from Rurik. He says, hi guys, is Satil a better Conquest unit than Stranger, Starkiller, Maul, or is it too early to tell? I'm trying to decide which Conquest unit to invest in between GL farms. Thanks. Vex, what do you reckon, brother?
I guess it depends on where you are in the game. Overall, if you have a lot of the resources available, then I think Stranger's better paired with Starkiller and Maul. But let's say you're a player that doesn't have Spider Mole unlocked, you already have the Old Republic Lightspeed bundle, and you need one character to get up and running to make that team jump a lot, then Satil's a great option for you. Starkiller Maul also has better viability on defense, so in certain aspects of the game, I think they're overall really good, but that doesn't mean Satil's bad. I just think it depends on where you are with your roster. If you're end-to-end game, then Stranger, Spider Maul, Starkiller, very, very good. If you're a mid-game player, you're not even close to having Spider Maul, you have the Old Republic faction up and running, go for Satil. That's my 2 cents.
Concur, Carth?
My sentiment on Satil is she is in the exact same boat as Balin. She is only good if she can go first. So
depending on the turn meter.
Yeah, if once the turn meter cron goes away, she can't counter shit anymore. Like, you're not going to be winning Stranger versus Satil anymore when the turn meter goes away. Just bye-bye. Team, the counter's gone once you lose a 25% turn meter.
Especially if you saw my video today with the fear is still landing if you've got Fearless.
Wait. You make content?
I make videos, dude. Did I not tell you? Shit. Yeah. No, I don't know if you saw that, but yeah, Fearless apparently doesn't make you fearless. You can still get feared with Fearless. So it's like, okay, all right, that's a bit weird.
But yeah, it's just she's gonna fall in the same boat as Balin, in my opinion, which is basically if she can't go first, get her taunt up, then she's basically the team gets picked apart and they die. There might be an FDC that comes out the next datacron set that will alleviate that problem for another 3 months, but long term, she's in the exact same boat Balin's in. But you can't really compare apples to apples with Satil because you've got a Conquest unit and a very old Journey Guide character, or you've got a Conquest unit, legend, and then 2 legendary units behind it. 6 Omicrons versus the 3. That, like, Stranger long term is going to be a better team, like long term,
until they release GL Revan and it all goes tits up.
Yeah. Satil, on the other hand, is only going to be good for basically the next season of 5v5 until the 25% tier meter cron. That's when that cron drops off. And if we don't get something to replace that or an FDC, the team is just going to go tits up, and then everyone's going to just be, crawling back to Slacker or something else as a Stranger counter.
Yeah, I have to agree. I'll be honest. I like Satil. She's a fun unit. Team's enjoyable. But I do feel like Stranger, Starkiller, Maul is just kind of objectively a more powerful team. It's a much bigger investment, It's a much bigger investment to get, and you can't exactly get Maul right now. I'd say if you have a 5-star Maul, I'd probably say you're better off investing in Stranger, Starkiller. Because even at 5-star, that Maul is just fucking nuts, dude. He's just such a tanky animal. I was surprised. I was incredibly surprised when you go into GAC and you're like, no, it's just a Relic 4 Maul, it's 4-star or 5-star, and you're like, it'll be fine. And you're still wailing away at him, just trying to slap him down for like 2.5 minutes. Like, Jesus Christ, what does this guy eat? So yeah, he's still viable, which I never thought I would say in late game. Not 7 stars, still works. Like, all right.
He's like a tank. He's like a little attacker tank. You want him to be marked. Like, when I released the video going over his modding, I got so many comments like, why aren't you modding him for offense? He's a damage dealer. I'm like, that marked is pretty good. Yeah. He can stop insta-kills. He gets tanky the lower he gets. So he's performing better at 4-star than I thought he would, to be honest.
Yeah, he is damn good. He is damn good. So thank you, Ririk, for your question there. Next up is Jake. If Mando is the next era, who do you all want to see as marquee characters, and what should the legendary be? I'm personally hoping for Pelimotto. Who's Pelimotto?
Is she the Jawa lover?
Oh, yep. She's the Jawa lover. If that's what you... And I understand. She's the Jawa fucker. All right? Yeah. she has got an afro, bro. That thing is huge.
I don't know. We talked about this a little bit when they announced not Grief Karga, but Cobb Banth. like Magistrate Grief or something like that. You know, some of the characters from season 2 or 3 of the Mandalorian, or maybe hell, the Praetorian Guard, or something like that. Just characters from the previous seasons, I would be fine with if they want to go down that road. I doubt we get anything really, really related to the movie, because there's just no way that CG would be giving us that information before it's released, and the movie comes out the week after this era starts. This one starts on Revenge of the 5th. So there's just no way that we're going to get anything from the film in there, and there's just no way anything's coming from the Maul series, even though it's released. CG's been very gun shy about releasing stuff with the current release of any of the characters. Usually you get quite a bit of delay between the two.
I mean, I don't actually agree with you. I definitely think we're going to see characters related to the film come out. The first 2 weeks, they don't have to drop every single unit. They don't just because they do doesn't mean they have to. Like,
it's true.
We could get a short era where it's just first 2 units, and it could be Magistrate Karga and I don't know who else could be there.
Some constables, because good God, I don't like the ones we've got. I'm sorry.
I think they could add the Mandalorians from the show too.
Yeah, Axe Woves and stuff like that, right?
I think they could add him. They'd probably add a new version of Grief, which I think he's a good character. Could we end up seeing a little what's his face?
Babu Freak? Like Babu. Yeah, what do they call them?
Probably not.
I can't remember their names. They've got an interesting name, but I mean, they could do. He could be a constable Karth. You never know.
A new Thrawn.
The first 4 letters of that.
Pure limited GL.
Yeah, the next Thrawn we get will be the GL iteration. I don't see them doing anything else with him prior to that.
Yeah,
the Remnant faction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't there something that they put in one of their newsletters that talked about New Thrawn, and then they stealth patched it or something? They're like, oh, let's take away reference to Thrawn.
Yeah. It was something that they were tweaking with the kits, it was between like Enoch and either DTMG or OG Moff Gideon, and something about it. Anyways, they had basically said when they get their new, it's a temporary home until they get their new leader, and then they said GL Thrawn essentially, or whatever,
or Thrawn or something like that.
Something like that. And then they redacted it later, like within a little bit.
We're gonna get a new Zeb too. I think Zeb.
Yeah, he's in the trailer, isn't he? Yeah.
I think you're spot on with that. I think we're gonna get something related to the movie to bring in new players. May 4th. I think next era is definitely Mandoverse, something along those lines.
Yeah.
To be fair though, if we do get Zeb as a new character, it's because he already showed up in existing media content, not because I think anything in the movie is not going to get besides
like the new Hutt, Road of the Hutt.
Yeah, I was going to say, I could see us getting Road of the Hutt. He's there. We've seen him in trailers for months now.
Oh yeah, no, I
don't know if we're going to get a new Embo. I mean, that's pushing it. But he's in there for like a second.
He could be a constable car. No.
I doubt it. He should be anything cooler. But I just have low hopes for it. CG's been pretty gun shy about ever releasing in tandem with the current media. It usually follows a period of time after the fact.
Yeah.
Is it a zero chance? No, but I mean, I just like the only one that we've ever really had release in tandem was Omega.
No. Bagbro Finn. But the Bagbro Poe and Finn came out the day before Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, okay.
I remember looking at it because I was like, the last time we had a film, we had character releases come out related to the film. So we had new Finn, new Poe, we had Hux. Granted, Hux is an old character. And then it went straight into Galactic Legends, Slacker and Rey. But it was something like the film came out on December 18th and Finn came out on like the 17th. So it's just like, it does happen. The only reason I think it will is because it's a film.
Yeah, it's incredibly rare, but I could see that too. That or them doing like a short era
where it's like a 1 month era where they release 2 one-off characters, like they did with the ships and the bounty hunters last year. You know, they could do something like that just to burn the time, and then start the era for the Mandoverse after it's fully released. I mean, there's a lot of ways they can tackle it. They don't have to be, you know, well, it's always 3 months, it's always this, always this. You know, CG has always bent the rules whenever it's convenient for them. So that's fine.
Yeah.
But I just
wonder if Acolyte was ever on their schedule.
God,
I guarantee it was. I bet you it was. And then they were like, "Oh fuck, no, abort!"
I would have been the most gleeful person hitting Control-Alt-Delete on those files.
I think this game would die if the next era was Acolyte.
Oh
personally.
yeah, we're like, all right, wrap it up, boys. It's over. Play the funeral music. Yeah, kind of crazy. So before we move on this one, thoughts on what the legendary unit might be? If it is, let's just assume it's based on Mando and Grogu. What do you think it could be for a legendary unit?
I think it's a combination of Mando and Grogu as a legendary combined.
Yeah.
New name.
I think they'll be the GL for the year.
Right, yeah.
Oh, the new Mando.
Yeah, I think the new Mando would be the new GL. Is where my head. You know, the only thing I'm just gonna throw it in there is that it's the bodybuilder hut.
Yeah,
the legendary, and we unlock him with the 6 marquees, and then we get a second Hut Cartel faction.
Yeah,
that doesn't use thermal detonators, so that Cobb Vanth can't just walk all over it.
Yeah. Oh, could you imagine? It's like here's your new legendary unit. He's already beat by the Conquest unit. Sorry. Yeah, that would be embarrassing. Yeah, no, I do think we will get Mando and Grogu, and I think that will be. Well, I mean, if it's not legendary, it's going to be a galactic legend. We still don't know how they're handling GLs properly right now, anyway. And I could totally see Rodder happening. Is it Rodder? I don't know how he pronounced his name.
Do you think Mando would be a Mando GL or a Scoundrel?
No, I think he'd be a Mando GL. Because he's a Mandalorian again now, isn't he? He's gone through the rites.
No, he's back to bounty huntering, like
bounty huntering.
The movie. Yeah, he's back to being a bounty hunter like half the movie. Like I don't see him going back to like leading the Mandalorian faction. That's still Bo-Katan's whole thing. Like that was the quest. The quest is done. There's no need to.
The quest is done.
Revisit the quest.
But he is still a Mandalorian. I mean, you know, he's got his own Mudhorn clan now. Clan Mudhorn.
Yeah, but Clan Mudhorn of 2, like...
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's the whole thing. The film's about him expanding Clan Mudhorn. Right, anyway. Next question comes from Batty. He says, so, hi Vex. Why are you the better player? What makes you stronger than Scribe? And do you think you could beat Carthrick in-game and in real life? And who would be the better free-to-play between you three? Jesus, that's intense, bro. It's mostly the hairline, I think, that makes him stronger than us. It's kind of like Samson, you know, the tale of Samson. Yeah. So what makes you so damn good, Vex?
I think it's because I don't pound shots of liquor during my live streams, and that might be the biggest difference right there.
I mean, I'm not saying it's I'm not saying it's an excuse, but sometimes I occasionally have a shot on a stream. Okay.
I think if Scribe went balls to the wall, lock in, try hard, he could definitely climb. I think you just have too much fun on streams, which is way more worth.
I mean, yeah, I'm not looking to be super sweaty. Vex is a fucking phenomenal player, to be fair. And you do well in your free-to-play as well. You're already up in Kyber 1 on your free-to-play account, aren't you?
Oh, my, well, I have, like, multiple accounts. I have a brand new account.
Sick.
That I started a year and, like, 4 months ago, I think. That's in Chromium 1.
Nice.
Like a Lord Vader rush and stuff like that. So I'm doing well there.
Nice.
I had a second account that hadn't spent in like 3 or 4 years. That Kyber 1. I dropped it recently because I was actually, I hope CG isn't listening, was given a endgame account that was bigger than my normal account.
Nice.
At like 15.9 million galactic power. Some guy's like, yeah, I'm retiring. I think you're an awesome creator. Do you want the account? And I was like, I guess. So I've been jumping on that one a lot. But
nice.
Yeah, I think for me, it's just having a game plan, going in with teams that are like I don't play the whole efficiency 8 GLs on offense thing. That's not my game style. Like I want to set a strong defensive board, but also have a strategy where I know I'm going to have teams that are going to perform well on offense and have banner recovery, stall the battle out if I can, take my time with matchups. Just I think the biggest thing is just treating every match like it's important. Don't just go for a 52. If you could stall it out and get to 57, 54, whatever, do it. I think that's the biggest difference.
And if you can take that extra shot without throwing up, then absolutely do it, okay?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We were talking on my stream yesterday. They want me on Friday Night Scribe Show for some shots. So
I mean, dude, yeah, always welcome. I would say maybe watch one before you join to see you know what you're getting into.
I've actually watched once, but I was at the bar with my friends, and everyone was asking me, like, what are you watching? I'm like, I'm watching
some other dude drinking.
Yeah, and they saw like a shot counter at like 30. I'm like, this guy's gonna die. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, to be fair, most of that probably wasn't me, but yeah, yeah, a couple of shots here and there is fine. Oh, good shit, good shit. Thank you so much for the question there, Batty. Next up is Tralax or Tralax. He says, would you like to see the current and future GLs get Omicrons 1, 3, 6?
Nope.
Different modes like Cobvanth?
Nope.
GL Omicrons is a hard no from the Tribe Talks podcast.
Big no. Absolutely not. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
My thought on it is that if the most powerful unit in the game has to have a game mode lifter ability, then it's not the most powerful unit in the game. Like it's not. It's defined the point of why it should exist in the first place, is that it should be as powerful as it needs to be to do everything well. And so by having an Omicron, I just feel like that's ruining that part of it.
Agreed. I don't see why. Like, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if CG put Omicrons on Galactic Legends, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. It doesn't need. It shouldn't need to happen.
Can CG first, please? Just give every GL a triple Omni GAC and TW character, okay? Like let's just go that first, and then we can deal with GLs getting Omicrons.
Well, how about this? You consider Ahsoka and Hondo territory war GLs?
Or
do you consider them like? Do you consider their biggest strength to be TW?
Yeah, I mean, definitely for Glat, 100%.
Yeah, Glat is a different beast in TW comparatively to what she is in GAC because of the Omicrons and Hera and Sabine. Hondo is just getting good cron after good cron after good cron to make that team just an utter nightmare for what you're doing there. But I mean, I think in the high end, it's just about the cron support for whatever GLs that you're wanting to run with. But I mean, we are at the point now where so many of the older GLs just need a form of support for the game mode that they're in. Because we've got Kat, she's great, but we spent 2 years making everything beat JMK. And it's just like, okay, can JMK have a little love? Can we get a little bit of GAC Omicron support on a new character for the team or something?
No, he's not allowed any love. Because then they'll have to reprogram everything to beat JMK. I mean, come on.
Do you think he deserves a Lord Vader era similar or no?
I mean, I don't know what you would really put into him to make him different. What you would add to the game. With Lord Vader, the whole clones thing was kind of an easy dub to thematically tie him back into what his release was about. But with JMK, I feel like that's a different beast, and the mechanics around what makes JMK good, you're a little bit more. You'd have to fine tune it a little bit better, and I can't really see them throwing Kat out of the JMK team.
They're going to release a Varactyl Boga for JMK. So, that's what it'll be. Maybe.
I low doubt, but I would like to see every GL get that lifter unit. for the game mode. Either, because like I don't think like necessarily like JML needs a GAC Omicron character, but you could sure use a TW one that can get paired with him and Cal. So they just got to go back and shore up the teams, because we've just had so many GLs, or not GLs, but legendary units come out, or conquest units come out that just shred existing GLs. And so it's just like, well, let's do what we need to make them stronger. Let's get Jabba the Hutt with some Bib Fortuna action, or General Pride for not Starkiller, sorry.
See.
No,
do you
General
consider
Pride would be
ST33 a lifter for Hondo, or no?
It's weird.
In TW, he is a very important part of the Hondo team because of what he provides with his Omicrons. In GAC, I think there's just a lot of flexibility for what he can do.
I mean, he does great work with Mars, to be honest.
Yeah, well, Maz needs Maz just likes having the damage, and Hondo, depending on the cron, like realistically right now, Hondo and with the current Vane cron, like you just need 3 other pirates that are fast, and so OG Hondo being on that team just helps you get the assist going sooner, and then the other 2 pirates, it really doesn't matter. Silvo just has Terminator manipulation, which helps you kind of control the battlefield more. You don't really need Brutus per se. You could go with anybody else if you wanted to be, if you wanted a fast character or a fast pirate to sit on the team. And so I think with Hondo, it just becomes down to the cron that's usable.
I'll be honest, in 3s, I've been running double tank. I've been running Quiggled Vane. And I did that because I faced it, and I faced it with Slacker, and I won with Slacker, but it did destroy everybody. It was a hair of my teeth kind of thing. I was like, shit, that's actually really annoying. So yeah,
I feel like that comes down to cron and modding, though.
I mean, probably, but fucking, it was irritating for me, so I'll do it.
Quiggle is on my short list for Relic 10.
Nice.
He is a very obnoxious tank, but
chunky little piglet.
Yes,
I call him Chode Quiggled.
You call him Chode? He is a bit of a chode, to be fair. Yeah. He is a bit of a chode, and I mean that with love. Bubba Joe says, "Greetings, Scribe, Garth, and Vex. I have the question to end all questions. I have heard Vexatron called Sexy Vexy, and people of a certain age recall advertising campaigns claiming that bald is beautiful. So the age-old question is, who is the ultimate hottest SWGOH content creator?" Oh, well, definitely not me. Yeah, Eggnods is not even in the running for this. I'm sorry. Sorry, Eggy. Love you, really. I mean, it's no contest here. There's a reason why he's called Sexy Vexy, guys. All right? It's in the name. Dude, it's in the name.
I don't know. I've had multiple people confirm you look like Johnny Sins in my chat. So.
Yeah, I've had people tell me that as I'm streaming that goddamn, I didn't know Johnny Sins streamed SWGOH. I was like, oh yeah, well shit, got to do something with my spare time. But I mean, really, what it comes down to,
you got to spend that refractory period doing something constructive.
Is we would have had a real hard time if like Gridden and Vexatron was like collab streaming at some point. There wouldn't be a dry seat in the house, bro. It would be a real tough time. People just could not get any work done. It would be terrible.
It'd be the quietest chat of anybody's career.
Everybody there typing with one hand.
The most viewers.
No chat, no typing, just 5,000 viewers.
The only SWGOH content streamer that has above 5% viewership of female. Yeah.
I get serious comments about me starting an OnlyFans. I'm not lying.
Just lean into it, bro. Lean into it.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's good times. Additionally, Bubba Joe says, I want to know what GAC or TW matchup that is/was in your favor was most shocking. Okay. For me, it was New Bad Batch. Admittedly, with the Datacron versus Spider-Maul, didn't see that coming. What matchup was most surprising to you with how good or consistent it was?
God, I'd have to give a shit in TW to know that answer.
I mean, in GAC that counts too.
TW? Or GAC
No,
too?
GAC or TW. Any particular matchup that you thought, God damn, that worked really well. Great Mothers against anything?
Yeah. I mean, I've had I think Great Mothers are very, very, like, I don't want them touched, but they're overtuned. Like,
yeah,
they can beat GL with Lifter Unit, Ahsoka Ezra. That's probably the reason why I was in the top 50 solely, was because of Great Mothers and how powerful they are. Like, they are a marquee team. There's no legendary. There's nothing. They are, until Spider Maul came to the mix, best no, he's legendary. Never mind. They're the best non-legendary team in the game. I have to say. Maybe Darth Vader Duel's End, but that's even still a legendary team because of Palpatine. Like, I don't think it comes close. Like, they can beat Pirate King Hondo with, depending on the datacron meta. They can beat JML. They can beat Ahsoka Ezra. Like, I think them as a faction overall are the one that surprised me the most of how powerful they are.
Yeah, fair. Karth, any big surprises for you that was like, oh my god, this works?
No.
No. My knowledge is infinite. I'm never surprised.
No, it's just like at a certain junction, you're just used to seeing all the same things, and so it's just like I haven't had to branch off on counter options very much. It was just like the most recent new thing was when Satele got added in, and then she got immediately walked over. And so then we took her to go beat the stranger, and then that was it. It was like, look, you kill the team I don't like very much. Thank you. Anyways, moving on.
Just mark down Starkiller. It's like, oh, he's dead. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, that happened.
You know what? I think I have one actually that I'm not going to take the credit for this. Someone gave me the inspiration for it. Dr. Afra with IG-88 Cron versus Darth Vader Duel's End Focus Datacron. It's like an endless turn meter loop. I never thought that would be able to work this season.
Fair.
But have you guys ever used that?
No, not used that before. But that's kind of nifty. I mean, same team, but I've been using Nihilus lead with a Nihilus Cron to beat Darth Vader Duel End. And that's an exercise in patience, because you just have to wait for like 4 minutes for you to get a turn with Nihilus, and then you kill Palpatine, and then you win. But if they've got a really... Sorry?
I didn't even know that was a counter. That's sick.
Yeah, I mean, if their Darth Vader Duel's End is really fucking clapped out, he can kind of tear through you. So I wouldn't call it massively reliable, but I did do that, and I've done it a couple of times. And yeah, that kind of surprised me. But also, going back in Great Mothers versus Satele is just kind of hilarious. You're just like, oh, you've got no protection. I guess you don't do any damage anymore. Seeing an AoE for 1. It's like, meh. That's kind of funny. Okay, cool. Next question is from Guruka. He says, hi all. What can you do to keep this game interesting for late or end game players? For example, I got most of the teams. I can farm up Trench, but I won't use him a lot. I can give teams more relic, but where's the fun in that? Yeah, good question. Vex, how do you keep end game fun and interesting?
It's a tough one. I mean, like, what do I do currently, or what can they add to make it more interesting for endgame? It's like,
I think it's what do you do personally to keep the game engaging?
For me personally, I personally really like the new datacrons and making new things work that shouldn't, trying to figure out counters with. I like the metas. I like the shifting of metas. Like, I've played different games besides Galaxy of Heroes. Like, was a big League of Legends guy. I still play with my friends every now and then. And they have patch notes. They have like balances where they increase power to some character, they nerf another character. So I think for me to make things interesting, I'm constantly trying to find different things to make different counters or teams work together. If I had to change anything, I would love them to add more plug and play viable characters to different squads, like Wat Tambor, Thrawn, like those characters. Being able to pick a character that has no real allegiance anywhere, but they could work with many different teams, would make it way more fun to theory craft and do stuff like that. So as an endgame player, playing around with datacrons. I know it's not everyone's thing, but trying to see what works, what different shifts of metas can occur, and then coming out with Conquest cheeses. I mean, that's my personal thing, is trying to figure out what to do when you don't have the characters up and running and cheesing the crap out of feats like that. That's my personal way of having fun. And climbing to the top 50. That's always been a goal of mine, to be the highest ranked player in Galaxy of Heroes without being a crazy Kraken whale kind of thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean,
hell, even getting top 50 is pretty respectable. Let's be real. I mean, I'm massively downplaying it here. It's pretty respectable. No, it's incredibly respectable. So, I mean, fuck, like, if you can get there already, that's already huge.
The only thing I don't love about it right now is the deluge of Erodium players in the top 200 makes it interesting to keep climbing, because like you can have weeks. I think like Tasnik this week's 2 of his 3 rounds were Erodium players.
Yeah, that's kind of garbage, isn't it?
So it's like, of course you're going to keep netting positive when that's the case. I mean, climbing up to that point is definitely where the challenge is, and then like once you're in the top like 50, then it's just like, who joins, who stays, and then that's where your score kind of bobbles up back and forth. Because I think I'm like the top 8 right now, only one of them's an actual like an account player. I think everyone else is Erodiums. But anyways, yeah, getting up there is the challenge. It's kind of the funny part about how the metric works, is that you can get matched well outside the top 50, and then if you can go 3-0, you place deep inside the top 50. You're like, I don't know if I like this anymore.
I also think they should add, I made a video about this a couple weeks ago. I think they should add 2 new divisions on top of Kyber 1 personally, to make it more something to like push for, like a Beskar or a Cortosis division kind of thing, but not exclusive to top 50, like top 250, top 1000. I think it'd make it a little bit more fun for the PvP aspect to shoot for something, because not that big of a difference between a 5,000 Kyber 1 player and a rank 1. It's still the same symbol, just the number.
Yeah. It's something to get, tickle people's fancy a little bit, and something to chase, something to be proud of, something they can display, because we really don't do a whole lot of that. We've got like profiles, and obviously you've got your border that shows you're in Kyber, but why do we not do anything more cosmetic than that? Like, we can't even do like font colors. We can't have, like when somebody looks at your profile, yeah, they can see you're in Kyber 1, but why not give us something cool and flashy to show there? Animated portraits, like there's loads of stuff that they could do that doesn't have an impact directly on, performance, but it's something for you to be like, hey, look at me, I got this cool new fucking thing. They don't do that. It's weird. I mean, for me personally, what do I do to keep the game interesting? I don't know. I think making content in general keeps the game kind of engaging, because we're always thinking about, what can I make content on? How can I, how can I provide value to the community? And that leads you down certain avenues of looking into counters, like Vex says, finding ways to cheese Conquest feats and shit like that. That's always kind of fun for me. But yeah, it's going to be different for everybody. I think you kind of have to find the fun and be honest with yourself when you don't find the game fun anymore, and maybe it's time to, fucking pack it up, pack it in type thing. So Gurika also says, what does CG do for late/endgame players? There's a lot of stuff for new players, maybe redeem codes will be as well, just like, they have got code functionality now. Is CG making an effort for endgame players? It doesn't feel like they are, personally. Feels like everything is focused on the new game. I don't know what's going on with my thing. It keeps on blocking you guys out. I don't know why. I mean, does everybody feel that way? Like, it seems really focused on the new player right now.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think the whole Coliseum thing was not meant for endgame. It was meant for brand new players to keep up and not have to feel left out. Like, when the endgame players would get the new character, you wouldn't. You could focus on other things and still get the characters that the endgame players are getting. If they think Relic 10 is for, the luxury of endgame, I'm not super excited about Relic 10 personally. I don't think it added much besides at a Relic Delta level. Not even the stats are that impressive. So I don't feel like do you guys consider like new raids just for endgame, or I personally missed the day.
I think you can chase raids straight away, can't you? Like,
yeah,
you can get good scores really early on.
I think for an endgame player to make things a little bit more exciting and shake up raids, I don't know if it's going to be like a big fan favorite in the community, but I personally enjoyed raids a lot better when there were character shards for an exclusive character tied to
100%,
it. It made me want to do the raid and made me want to push for teams to do that raid. Like, oh, I want to get legendary Mando or exclusive raid Mando because he's going to be sick. I have to get these characters up and running. I don't have a problem doing that because I know I'm going to get a really awesome reward in the end from investing into those teams. Now it's just, oh, there's a new raid. You want to keep what you were getting earlier, get these teams up and running to get exactly what you were for your relic material to gear up and relic other characters. So for me, if they added, it's not exclusive to endgame, but to make things a little bit more exciting for PvE and raids in general, instead of it feeling like a grind and absolute like time sink, tie in a character shard to that raid, and then they would have to figure out a cycle for when that raid expires to make it more accessible for other players, or if you're a newer player, you have to do that raid to get that character, or something along those lines. Like when the raid cycle ends, that character shards would be available in the store for a certain price or something, so they're not completely gated.
Yeah,
I think that would be fun.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds good to me. Like I think removing character releases from raids was one of the worst steps that they did, because it's like that used to be part of the enjoyment, right? Like I remember when Heroic Sith was around, and there was so much pressure on guilds to try and beat Heroic Sith in Treya shards because she's phenomenal. And you look back now, Treya is still fucking great today. She's still a great team to have available. So it made that process of trying to finish the Heroic Sith raid like a huge guild base accomplishment. When you did it, you're like, fuck yes, we're finally earning Treya shards. We've hit this massive milestone. And now it's just like, you don't even finish the raid, really. You know, like when you kill, in this case, when you beat Lord Vader, he just pops right back up and you throw another team at him until you've done your 5 teams. It's like the shine comes off the apple pretty quick, right? And then the only thing you're getting is Mark III currency. And don't get me wrong, raid rewards are brilliant, and what you can spend it on is really good. But without that extra little, you know, by the way, you maxed out the personal track, so you've earned 10 shards of, I don't know, Rod of the Hutt. You know, like doing something like that would really incentivize those people that invest heavily and make it kind of exciting. But hey, Garth, thoughts?
0.
These nerds. That's fair.
Yeah, most of my stuff that I come in enjoyment on is just over investing into things that aren't even near meta, just to have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about as far as I go. You know, I don't. The game has gotten to a point where it's like, as many ways you could fix it, they equally just kind of create more problems as you work down the line, and so they kind of have a lot of things to iron out before you can kind of go down the road of how do you keep things engaging for the end game player. So I'm more just about, can we just fix the things? Yeah, can we fix the things that we've got already? And because I like playing the end game stuff that we have with GAC and TW. It's just, you know, there's just not as much benefit to it nowadays, because the rewards are more accessible and there's just not as much to worry about. And so it's a lot more of just, you need to fight for exclusivity again. And unfortunately, CG's kind of done the opposite of that with a lot of their most recent changes to basically every game mode that has come out, is that they just make the accessibility as wide as possible. So it just becomes the cash gate of what you can put your money towards. So, which is not the funnest way to do it. I'd rather go back to, like, you know, having raid specific tunes or TB where you have to collectively get there with a strong guild. You can't just waddle up and get the rewards because, you know, you signed up with a credit card.
Fair. All right. Okay. Next question then comes from Roy. Let me just delete this question over here. It doesn't seem to be responding, so thank you very much. Roy says, hi, the whale, the Ewok Welsh, I beg your pardon, and the chain necklace Vex. How are we all doing? We're doing great. Thank you, buddy. 1. Thank you for your awesome battle last week in GAC against Vex. Oh, Vex, Roy faced you in GAC on your alt, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The name sounds familiar. I lost. Yeah.
Roverwine, Roy, yeah. He says, I always feel a sense of anxiety when facing a content creator or other famous SWGOH players. It gives the GAC round some extra flavor. How is this feeling for you all? Drunk Master playing Vault can cover it, or banner efficiency? Do you think the anxiety when going to a GAC or streaming or recording, seeing your every play being questioned? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, how do you feel about people watching your GAC plays? Because you didn't used to do any of your GACs live, did you? It was all pre-recorded, right?
It was all pre-recorded. My main account, still doing the main account, the same thing. I did have an alt account this whole time. I just played it on the side for fun. Didn't do any content with it. And then I was like, you know what? I think I want to start live streaming. I think it'd be fun to interact with my community and just get more out there. So I started to do it. Long story short, I've been an athlete for practically my whole life. I was a wrestler in high school, college, and I was pretty used to being in the limelight of being one person on the mat. I was a county champion. I was in the middle of like a whole arena of a college, one mat, 10,000 people watching you. Everything's on you. So I kind of embraced the grind and kind of like when I had to face Zerath the other week and it was live and I had like 400 viewers or 500 viewers. That was my peak I've ever had in my whole streaming career, whatever. And I didn't feel as nervous as I thought I'd be. Obviously, I know all eyes are on me, but you have to learn to embrace those moments because it's exciting. The pressure makes diamonds. They've always said, and failure to prepare to fail. So I've trained my whole mindset with whatever I do that just embrace those moments. It's fun, it's exciting, and that's what makes life interesting. You don't want to ever go through life like a straight line. It's very boring. It's the ups and downs that make it interesting and fun. Like the downs make the ups feel really better. So like what I'm trying to say is that like when you get into moments like that, embrace them. They're fun. It makes it exciting. That's all.
Okay. I mean, like I faced a couple of content creators over the years. I faced off against Cubs. I faced off against Black Mamba. He doesn't play anymore. Well, DB official and stuff like that. I faced off against a couple. I don't like if I'm just doing GAC. I don't mind if I'm just facing off against a random person. Obviously, I want to win. I want to win because we're competitive people. That's probably why we play this game, right? We enjoy the feeling of winning and doing stuff. Have I done really stupid fucking shit mid-GAC and felt like a complete tit? Absolutely, but it doesn't stop me or make me, like, sweat bullets or anything. I was nervous when I was facing against Cubs. I remember that because I was really small content creator back then. Those were early days, and I'd never had that level of pressure from like a really active community because it was like a live thing, like you were talking about with Zerath, where you're attacking the same time. I was in a call with him and everything. I was like, wow, this is a lot of pressure. But no, you just sit back and enjoy the moment, right? Even if you make a ted of yourself, it's all there for good fun. And Karth gets nervous every single time he opens up GAC. Right. Right. There's a lot riding on that. He's like, oh, well, fucking buy another vault.
Typically, all I try to do when I face content creators is try to set the most annoying possible defense for them. And then that's it. Just like, I don't care if I win or lose. So it's just like when I face a content creator, I just try to make it as challenging as possible for them to get through. Because, you know, I don't like playing efficiency ever. Actually, I faced this guy last week and this week, same dude. And he's just like mega efficient. Like scored 283 last time against me.
Wow, that's huge. 283. Oof.
Yeah. Well, so we were going into fleet. He had dropped one battle, and I hadn't dropped anything. And both of us with one fleet down, I only had a 9 banner lead.
Oof.
And he had dropped a battle and I hadn't. I was like,
Yeah, see, you're the type of player that I just go, this is not worth the headache. I don't care. I'm not gonna like take your 700 crystals. I'm gonna go do something else with my hour of my time. Because it just doesn't matter to me. But usually when I face content creators, I try to set stuff that just annoys them. Because it's fun for me to watch them have to try to figure out the board. But I also play in those respects that I really don't have the intent of winning either. So it's like I'll overcommit to defense, and then they try to clear the board, because that what frustrates most players is the inability to clear a board. So that's all I aim for, is just like trying to set the defense just like really screws with them. But that's about it.
Scribe, did you beat Han, Cubs fan?
Yeah. It was really close. I was losing the whole match, but then he dropped on fleets and I won then. Nice. Yeah, it was a long time ago, that was. Jesus. Great fun, though. Great fun. And that was obviously before he quit. So, yeah, that was. I think that was also my first content creator matchup. I think I'd been been doing content for like a year or something like that. So, yeah, it was cool. It was a good moment. It was a real cool moment.
Awesome.
I'm gonna really have to get let out on these questions.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm dragging here.
I just realized the time. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, we got to rush through. So, how do we prepare for GAC? Is it different per account? Talk us through the process. I'll go through mine super quick. I take a look at their account. I go, that's interesting, and I change fucking nothing, and I roll with it. I don't really scout anymore. I can't be asked. Go.
I use GAC Insights sometimes on some of the battles, and then that's it. That's all I do. I haven't scouted in like 3 years.
Fair.
I don't scout. I take mistakes that I've made from the previous match and make adjustments. That's all.
Oh. Yeah. See, we're all very clever.
I'm lucky if I can remember the previous round.
Yeah, but that's my Saturday. But there's a good reason I don't remember the previous round. Karth, have you seen Maul Shadowlord? He hasn't, because we spoke about it earlier. And Scribe and Vexy have seen it, and we both think that Maul does a real good job of aura farming. I have high hopes for that series. I think it's going to be good.
It's already renewed for season 2, so
yeah, just more than the eye collections, eh? So
didn't even get that after it finished. This sold me at the beginning of it.
Stars asks, so not going to spoil more Shadowlord at the moment, but thoughts on it? We see his journey start in Phantom as a proud Sith, Clone Wars his attempt to regain power, and Rebels where he is a broken person. So far this show is showing a cult sociopath, which I love, but I think the show goes on, we will see him unravel more. Yeah, we won't go into spoilers because obviously it's only just come out. But yeah, it's good to see a different angle, put some more meat on the bones of Maul. He's a fan favorite for a reason, so it's gonna be fun to see where it goes.
You skipped over Jake.
I don't like Jake very much. That's why. No, I'll go back and grab Jake in a second. Okay, I'm joking. Right. What do you think, Vex?
I'm excited for what they're gonna go next with it. I don't really know. Interesting to see what this other character is gonna do and be a part of him. I'm not gonna get into anything, but I'm curious about that dynamic.
The rumor mill is that the Twi'lek that's in the show, that's been in the those trailers, that she's supposed to be the recanonization of Talon, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Not like a 1-to-1, but like the idea.
Yeah, the concept. That's kind of cool.
The concept. So that could be interesting. They have somewhere interesting to go with it. I like that they're kind of like leaning very heavily into the malls, taking their apprentice.
She could just be like the dark side version of Snips.
Could be. Yeah. Be interesting. We could use another mall.
I don't think this is a spoiler. She's in the trailer, but there's a rumor that one of Maul's sidekicks is secretly the armorer, but I don't know for sure.
That would be fucking sick. That would be really cool.
She had the horns with her helmet kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. That would have been cool. Well, maybe we'll find out. Okay, next. Oh, shit. Did I just delete the wrong question? What happened to Jake's question? Did I delete it? Sorry, Jake. Apologies. Fat Charlie 369 says, "Hi guys, couple of questions. One, what teams do you think are most likely to appear over the next year? More Mandalorians, basically. I think we see more Mandos or more scoundrels coming from
more
Mando
constables.
More constables. What a bunch of constables. Yeah, they'll probably turn up as well. Any other teams you guys think?
Old Republic.
Maybe,
Old Republic. Yeah.
I was gonna say New Republic. I think they might maybe explore that faction for the fleet, or we could do Old Republic and make Satele a pilot, a capital ship pilot, whatever works.
They're gonna do a High Republic faction for sure.
Oh,
this
God.
game's gonna be 27 years long.
Vex, DM me your address real quick. No worries. I'm just gonna blow up your stream room. Need to make sure that thought
Some
dies
Dagon Gara?
quickly. I don't even know who that is. Oh, you talking for like the Jedi Out
Survivor.
That Survivor series? All right, fine. I could maybe live
He's
with
back
that.
on board.
I haven't read the book, so I don't know anything about the High Republic, but I'm talking specifically Survivor.
Okay.
Maybe
I can maybe start getting back on board with that. Because at least their introduction to the High Republic was decent. Everywhere else it's been done right now, it just seems like it's way too much on like high class society of the Republic. I'm like, no one cares. Okay, like what stories are we going on? No. We just want you to tell you how snooty they were. Okay, so basically, pre-French Revolution France. Got it. Next.
Are you trying to say that post-revolution France is not snooty?
No. They just killed a lot of those people in the process.
Yeah, they mostly died.
Yeah.
It's a joke, guys. Don't cancel me. It's just a joke. It's fine. Okay. What do we think the next GL will be? Mando and Grogu.
Yep.
So, that's all I got. And what team would you like to see get a rework or a buff? Ooh,
JMK.
Padme lead.
I need a new Padme for JMK. I need Mustafar Padme.
Ooh. Vex, any team you want to see a buff? Yeah.
So I think the next one's gonna be Thrawn, and I think the team I want to see boosted up. I know they got a rework and they got the lifter unit, but I still think Old Republic would be nice to see it, like a Karth lead get a little bit of a buff or something.
I mean, Carthrick's on board. Absolutely.
I would love to see like most of the cast from KOTOR 2 show up before Karth gets more TLC.
But that's fair.
100%.
Yeah.
Barad-dûr.
Thank you, Fat Charlie. Next one is from George. He says, "What Lightspeed bundles do you think we'll have on May the 4th?" Oh, God.
All of them.
Every single one.
Every single Lightspeed bundle that's come out so far will probably make its way out.
And the return of the R10 Cup and return of the R10 Thugnaut. Maybe some new one, Clone Wars Chewie R10. You know, fucking go crazy, guys. And, you know, the world is our oyster. I think.
We get a free R10 for May the 4th.
Yeah, we should do. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Free R10.
That'd be nice.
Free R11 with the announcement.
Yeah.
Oh God.
R11 coming to a game near you.
It really is though.
It must be. But you'll see. Next one comes from Mayday. Says, "Hello, as an early to mid game player, I'm relicking characters for GL Leia. My question is, I have a scrap of Empire under Darth Vader lead from Executor. Do you think I should halt the Leia farm to work on Palpatine, or is there an effective / easy team that could be put together instead?" Okay, so he's working on GL Leia, but he's got some Empire. He wants to know, should he build up Palpatine and sideline his GL Leia farm? My personal opinion is no. Just start a farm, finish a farm. I'm
assuming he means like the OG Darth Vader.
Yes.
Which doesn't lead anything. Like Palpatine would need Mara Jade and OG Darth Vader at the minimum to form any kind of functional team that's going to do anything useful. I would feel like what you get for farming Leia leads you with a better secondary team and a GL than what you'd get from stopping and farming Vader.
You're talking about OG Vader, right?
Yeah. Not Lord Vader, Darth Vader.
I mean, he's good at soloing Geo's early game, and he's needed for Executor. But besides that, nothing.
Hey, I remember Jake's question.
Oh, you remember it? The fuck? I didn't even read it. Congratulations,
no,
bro.
It's because Mayday's third part is what Jake's question was.
Oh, right.
His question was in regards to, did we answer Meathead's midweek survey, and what did we put for the character we wanted and the snack?
Oh, yes. Proxy, and my snack was chocolate hobnobs, I think. What did you guys put?
Galactic Legend Revan and dark chocolate acai berries.
Holy cow. Okay. Carthrick?
I put Galen Merrick, and I put goldfish because I like a snack that smiles back.
Dude, that's a living creature. You can't just eat the goldfish. Fuck, dude. I think they're a snack in America, aren't they? They're like a little cheesy cracker.
They're delicious. They're so good. You don't have them over there?
No, I don't think so.
Probably all the chemicals that make it taste delicious are banned in Europe.
Right. When you're in the US, you got to get some goldfish.
Well, it's under a year now. It's less than a year.
Right?
Fuck yeah, bro. Can't wait.
Yes. To pack a suitcase full of freaking snacks for us to get loaded.
Here's all the shit that you can't have in Europe because it doesn't pass your health regulations. I'll be like, ooh.
Technically, this wouldn't be bread in your country. So, anyways,
it's a brioche. I mean, yeah, definitely, it'll be cool. Can't wait.
It would be considered cake.
It's gonna be fun.
That's cake. Well, we all like a bit of cake. Okay, cool. So Darth Bismarck, which is a great name, asks, what characters / teams do you think we'll get out of Shadow Lord Maul and Mando Grogu? I mean, we're kind of treading all ground here, but I'd be surprised if we see anything from Shadow Lord Maul for this year.
I kind of hope we do, though, because they could use some of the stuff from Clone Wars and some of the stuff from Bad Batch to kind of tie the two together, because the beginning of it is with Maul Shadow Lord is we're using a lot of older assets with the Night Brothers and Mandalorians. So we could kind of get away with something there, but I would love to see a Crimson Dawn version of Maul and a squad at some point. With the Mandalorian Grogu movie, I just don't know which way the character's going to go yet by the end of the movie, so I don't want to get invested in anything because I don't care. It's like they're gonna give us something. Anyways, moving on.
I'd say a syndicate faction with new Maul.
Yeah,
maybe some of those, not lackeys, but some of his, some sort of team out of him. I think we'll definitely get eventually a Shadow Lord era, maybe right before season 2, which is confirmed, and definitely Mandoverse content for sure. Next up,
for sure. The Fuzzy Goblin Wizard, which is another really great name, asks, afternoon, Tribe Lords. I have just made it to Bronzium and everyone seems to have Gungans on defense. What are some accessible counters or options for these menaces? I don't want to take my one Galactic Legend Slacker off defense just to deal with them. That's a really good question. Treya would be the easy option. And to be honest, like every early game account should try and get Treya if they can squeeze her out. She is so freaking useful. Yeah, Treya is probably the easiest, right?
Yeah, because Bo's not going to be easy. Technically, you could make an argument for Rebel fighters, but that's
Great Mothers.
They can, but I don't.
Talk about 3v3 or 5v5.
I have no idea. All of the above.
Yeah,
let's go with that one.
Let's go with all of the above.
I know Great Mothers do well. Bo-Katan's actually easier to get now with those tokens, so
she is.
I mean, I know she's. I feel like they made those forms a lot easier.
Yeah,
they have. You still just got. There's still quite a lot of Relic 7s. That's the only thing, isn't it? But I mean, yeah, it's yeah. I'd say Treya is probably the budget option. And pays off long run as well. It's not like it's a temporary team that you invest in and then falls out of rotation.
It's a great team, and the more you invest into it, the more it pays off. I mean, like I've got the squad at Relic 9, and that just sits there and does obnoxious things all day long.
Yeah. Treyer, I think, is the easy answer there. Good luck, Fuzzy Goblin Wizard. Grogu asks, since we've had Cobb Vanth come out as the latest Conquest unit instead of a potential JML lifter, do you think that JML might receive the partial Lord Vader treatment, or do you think we will see Mara Jade Skywalker / Jedi Leia Conquest down the road later this year? Ooh, good question.
I mean, I'd love to see them. I think it'd be kind of funny to have Mara Jade Skywalker in there. I would much rather see Jedi Leia, because we need more purple lightsabers in this game, anyways.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I think they could, but I think at the same time, JML is a victim of just where kit design has gone since his release, and he's going to get stuck into he needs a significant lifter to be able to punch up against a lot of the teams that we see frequently with him. And I think for now, CG's just easy way of doing that is, hey, here's a cron with 100% protection and 25% turn meter at the start of the battle. That's you'll get one of those every datacron cycle, and just leave us alone about JML for a long time.
I think we're gonna get a Conquest lifter for him, then a whole separate Jedi era unit or whatever. I know Lucasfilm recently said a thing about Mara Jade cannot be touched by Disney. I've said that. I've seen.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that online. Yeah.
So I mean, as much as I would love to see a Mara Jade lifter, I feel like we're gonna get Jedi Leia before her for JML as a Conquest unit. He was training her. I know it wasn't exactly when he was, old man Luke, but I think we'll see a Conquest lifter other than besides an era unit. And I'll be right back. I gotta get my door really quick.
Yeah, no worries, bro. Okay, next question then. I'll try and get through these quickly. Ludog, with the introduction of Satele and the Old Republic, do you think KOTOR favorites like HK will get a rework to make them more viable on Darkside KOTOR squads? Love you, Vex. He's gone. Don't worry about him.
He's gone to go get his door.
He's gone to get the door. I don't think that we're going to see a touch-up for HK, personally. I don't know why. It's just a gut feeling.
It's the same thing with like Lobot and the Constables. Like Lobot is so heavily situated to work with Sortie that there's just no way that that's really going to function under the Cobb team. So it's just one of those things where it's like there's a lot of places we could go with the game, but we have to really get out of mirroring the media cycle, which CGG is not doing right now. I don't think they're going to change from. So I would say that we're going to spend the next couple of eras being around Shadow Lord Maul and Mandalorian Grogu and Ahsoka Season 2 and content of that nature for at least the next year. And then we might go somewhere else. But the writing is pretty hard on the wall about what they're going to be producing, which is basically whatever is following the current media release.
Yeah. Spam. Okay. Welcome back, brother. Next question.
Ninja Creamy, and the stuff came today, but sorry, keep going.
Ooh, Ninja Creamy. That makes ice creams or milkshakes?
Yes.
Ice creams,
yes. All the above.
Fat Charlie 369 says, Scribe, would you consider releasing a farming guide based on my opinions? Yes. 2. Would you like to see a post-Empire tag consisting of Grandmaster Luke and the new Jedi Council? I'm open for any new stuff. I'll be honest, guys. I'm an easy sell. New stuff come to the game? Yes, absolutely. I'd like to see what happened with the new Jedi Order, even if it obviously went tits up. And that would help JML potentially with Lifter. So yeah, I'm all on board to both of those things. Excalibur says, what does he say here? I can't quite read this. What are your thoughts on the C-3PO speeder bike run bug returning to Order 66 with Hondo? Beg pardon? Was usable to use him in 3 raid attempts. This happened with the latest hotfix. I've seen
you reused him if they escape from battle.
So we can now once again reuse C-3PO in the speeder bike raid if he escapes. Is that what I'm saying here?
No. No. You're able to reuse Hondo.
Oh, Hondo.
OG Hondo.
OG Hondo in the raid
if he escapes
from battle.
Oh, yeah, it should be patched. Like, I don't think it's that abusable, is it? Really, right now, that's pretty hard to abuse that. I feel
like it's not going to be a high priority fix.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it changes much.
That's what I've got for you.
No, because I mean, like, he'll only escape if you kill the captured unit before he hits 10 stacks of ransom. And that's actually quite hard to even accomplish in that raid. Because the units are pretty tanky, and they gain so many buffs when the disguised clone troopers are stealthed, because everybody's gaining advantage and retribution. Like, you get those 10 stacks really, really quickly. So the most benefit you're going to have is capturing Apo at the start of battle for like a turn, and then have him escape. Like, that just doesn't feel worthwhile to me. I don't know how we abuse that to have a benefit. It should be fixed, in my opinion, because why leave it in there? But I don't think it's a priority. Okay, cool. Next question then. I think we're nearly done here, but we are. With Vex's suggestion on the new error leveling system, does that mean you would forgo R10 materials? I like the suggestion, but how would endgame players get R10 materials then? Well, you'd still be able to use those units inside of Colosseum, right, Vex? I thought that was the idea.
Yeah, so with like what I was thinking is keep the error system the same that they want, but those characters are also added to your roster with no ties to the error system until the error is over. So the error level system remains the same. If you want and choose to level up those characters in your roster early, you can, and you can use them in other game modes. If you want to be free to play, continue your farms, as long as you're participating in Colosseum, going with the error system, at the end of that era, whatever your error level ended with will convert to their character conversion. So if you have a level 1, Gear 1 Clea in your regular roster, but your error rank was 65, she'll be Gear 12 at the end of that era kind of thing. So I think you would keep the error levels the same. That's how you would score in Colosseum. You can't just not, and when you go for a character anyway, and when you're getting them the 6 or 7 star and willing for them, you're getting the extra material regardless. So I think the error system would remain the same. You just would have the option to use them in other game modes and rank them up on your own kind of thing.
Yep. Makes sense to me. I didn't think it was ever a case of we're going to, stop actually competing in Colosseum or anything like that. So yeah, you'd still be earning yourself the error currency there. Wayne says, hey all, is it cheaper in terms of crystals to buy the 3 to 4 of the 1400 packs to get a character to 5 stars by the end of the marquee, or through buying the energy to farm their node? I mean, this is very subjective, but because you could like constantly refresh energy and constantly refresh their node like 20 times, and that's inefficient. But generally speaking, farming a character through a hard node farm just by taking 3 months to farm him or however long it is going to be significantly cheaper than the packs. The packs are not actually very cost efficient. I think they're the least cost efficient unless you happen to get really lucky, but we're going to assume everybody pulls 7s and 5s. Then after that, it's getting a character shard for 80 crystals ahead, which is when it's in shipments. And then the cheapest is when you do like 1 refresh of the energy node on a hard node. And that works out at something like 25 crystals or 40 crystals per character shard. So it's like magnitudes cheaper. But obviously, it takes a hell of a lot longer and you'll miss things. You'll miss things like error battles and shit like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, gents, but I'm pretty sure that's the case.
I think you're spot on.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, swipe plastic.
Swipe. It's whale harder, basically. Okay, so let's get rid of that and get rid of that question. Next up is Excalibur. Would error level spending make more sense if the cap to max relic levels stopped at relic 8 instead of relic 6, making the error currency for R10 mats more logical? Yeah.
It would help.
If 95 was at relic 8, yeah. Right? But
it would help, but the cost is still like it's roster dependent. You would have a larger swath of players finding value in Arrow level 95 if the ending point was Relic 8, because they may not have the magnitude of arrow magnifiers or impulse detectors to reliably make that relic upgrade happen on their own, and they've got too many other things to commit their resources to, that getting it for a one-time invest is better. But in the grand scheme of things, it's really not the relic that you're getting the character at that's the issue. It's just that there's, for the price tag of like $200 a unit to go from 85 to 95, it's just not worth it. Like the two, you could spend that, well, that's 7 units, $1,500. Is that really what that comes out to? I need to math real fast. What is the stupid jump in whatever materials are needed to go from 85 to 95? Of course, our cameras are, sorry, my inlay is over the, you need 250?
About 350?
Oh, my stupid EA app has the Discord camera overlay for some reason on right where I need to look. Don't ask me why. I just need to check it's 250 of those materials. So for the store, that is it's a $20 pack, and it gets you, or $19 pack and gets you 60. So you basically have to buy 4 per character and then an extra somewhere along the line.
Yeah. So
it's $75 per character to do times 7, plus let's add an extra 2 in there. So
carry the 3,
$38. So it's like $570 to get all characters 95, just to go from 85 to 95. And you could spend that money doing so many more things for your account. That is a year's worth of Conquest passes and episode passes that you could, and you would still have pocket change to buy a few vaults. And so like there's just, the value behind it is so minimal that it's not just about what relic level that they leave the character at. It's a lot of it comes down to, it's just that it doesn't do enough for your characters in game to really see a good ROI on the money you're spending there. Not that you get ROI on anything you spend on pixels for, but the short of it is just that the money could be spent in way better places. I mean, if you're really wanting R10 mats, then you just go buy the R10 packs. You'd still be further ahead than doing it through Coliseum.
It's fair. Like, I'm on board with it. It would help, but not enough, I guess. How do you guys feel about adding characters such as Plagueis or Darth Tenebrous, or more characters from the Old Republic / Sith Empire era?
I mean, It's about time that they do something like that.
Hard yes, please.
Yeah, I mean, I've made my point on this one quite clear. Like, I'm always on board with new units. You'll find it hard pressed to say no. Ludog, thank you so much for the $10 there. Great stream and Q&A, guys. Good to see you, Vex, on Tribe Talks. Keep up the good work, gents. Thank you, Lou. What a nice guy. What a nice guy. Jimmy Dirk says, seriously, do you think the pirate faction will get a fleet option soon? Soon? No.
Soon? No.
Like, CG just don't want to do fleets at the minute. I don't know why. Like,
realistically, it should be a light side. It doesn't have to be a light side fleet, but it should be a light side fleet next. And so, I mean, I don't see anything soon coming. CG has to figure out what they're going to do with fleets in general. They're probably trying to figure out how to monetize it again, or monetize it further. Let me phrase it that way.
And it just doesn't work, right, with the current Coliseum setup. Like, if you throw a fleet in there, how you're not going to? There's not going to
go back to the chase events.
I reckon they'd have to, right? Chase events, or it has to be exclusively Conquest units and legendary unlocks that are for fleet, and that makes it really hard to actually release an entire fleet.
Yeah, you'd have to just release them outside of the era system.
Yeah,
you'd have to. Yeah.
But yeah, unlikely.
So I don't think soon, but hopefully. We keep on saying it, but whenever a new Conquest unit's about to be announced, we're like, could be a ship. Hold up.
We always get
Hold
hopeful. Never comes to fruition though.
Born Gino says, what Jedi are you adding to the JML squad now that Jedi Knight Revan is with Satele?
God, any? I don't think.
I think I'm going to be adding Grandmaster Yoda personally.
Yeah,
that's
where my head was going to. The turn meter, the foresight, he's another easy one to call.
And he can cycle through turns quite quickly, so you can get that.
For the mad lads that used Lumi for the raid and want to slap the Omicron on her, she's not a bad add to the team either to have that additional cleanse and banner recovery.
Calvin's like, write that down.
But I think the team's going to need more, they just need more turn meter looping and control. So I think that's going to always be the fight on it. So you could see an argument for Mace Windu going there with his turn meter and the swap, the turn meter swap that he's got on his kit too.
Yeah, that's nice.
With Shatterpoint. So I mean, you could see an argument for a couple of the GR Jedi coming into play. But there's not a clear, there's only a couple of good options, and that's basically Mace and GMY. Maybe you get down to Lumi, but then everybody else is on other teams already. We could get to the point where General Skywalker has no reason to be with the 501st for a while, and you could adopt him under JML to just bring the power level back up on the team, because when he's on the team, they can't get critically hit from attacks of the turn. So there are always mechanics to be stolen, and there might be a reason now to put the 501st on the shelf for 5v5 and take General Skywalker to JML for offense. But that would be kind of my top three. Would be General Skywalker, Mace, or GMY would be the ones to fill the void.
Yeah, I'm on board with using GMY personally. Okay. Birkin says, if you are not going to get Cassian past 5 stars, is it worth skipping the final marquee and saving crystals for the next era? I have been getting them all to 5 stars and would like to save the 7.3k crystals or so to get the droid to 5 stars. Also, crystals getting the droid to 5 stars. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a viable enough option. If you aren't actually going to be pushing, I do think that it's worth getting to 4 stars, because that's actually really cheap if you are... If you're getting the era pass, the episode pass, sorry, I think you only need to do 1 or 2 pulls and you'll get a 4-star unlock, and then you'll get free shards. You get 5 shards a day of the character. That's a really low level of investment to get something back. But I don't think there's anything wrong with skipping out on KX droid if you're not that enthused about, going down that route.
Hell, you could skip out on Power to Gas too for the exact same reason. He's not needed for the... No, he is. I take
for 5-star he is, yeah.
Yeah, he is. I take that back. I was thinking he was just Deidre, but
negative.
Yeah, no, just skip it. If you're not going to go any further, just skip it. There's literally no reason to invest beyond the 5-star unlock, because the total era levels doesn't impact your Coliseum performance. It's just the era levels of the units that you take into the Coliseum match. And so having Cassian with the 3 Rebel fighters is still going to perform better than anything the ISB can do. So you're better off just skipping that and doing what you can with Cassian and go from there, and then just hoard your crystals for the next round of Coliseum era stuff, shenanigans, those things.
Stuff and things.
No need to go to 5-star if you aren't going for 5-star Cassian.
Yep. Okay, next up is Jimmy Duck. So May the 4th player level 100 cap increase? No. I don't think so.
I mean, I wouldn't be upset by it, just with the sheer number of credits it would take. Oh my god.
I mean, to be fair, they halved that cost, right? Leveling is halved.
Yeah.
But it would still be obnoxiously high.
Yeah.
To get 15 everybody.
Levels, you would be needing a minimum of probably 5 million per character.
Yeah.
So what would it do for them to do that, to add that?
Base stats increased.
Yeah, so it would scale. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. They can't monetize it unless they introduce a new leveling currency that is fucking, I don't know, available through the error store or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what scares me.
It would have to be like you have to get a material that would be used to go to higher levels. There'd be no reason for it.
A new type of training droid or something.
It's what the stupid relics are supposed to be for, anyways. To just keep progressing the gear or whatever. That's their version of it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that we should have got a 95 like 4 years ago.
Yeah. And one final question, gents, and we can wrap it up. We're only 25 minutes over. Fat Charlie says, last question, I promise. Do you guys think that certain game modes such as Squad Arena should get a rework to make them more attractive to player? And for modes such as TW, what would you suggest for updates or reworks? And thanks for asking all my questions.
I don't know. Turn it into a freaking sandbox mode and allow us to test with Omicrons active or something to make it worth our time, or at least worth the crystal refreshes to keep trying things in the battle. But I mean, Squad Arena is pretty much a dead game format at this point with all the changes they made with putting everything into Grand Arena. So there's not really a reason to do anything besides early game accounts can use the currency you get out of it to farm shards and some gear. So I mean, at that junction, I guess the best thing you could do is just try to turn it into some sort of proving grounds type thing where you just have a set number of teams and then you can go in and try to fight them and have a good time with it. But then just strip everything out of it for rewards. There's just nothing to do with it anymore.
Fair. So, gents, I think we've managed to clear through. The Raven Sky has actually just asked, I have 82,000 error currency and 220 coaxial. Do you think they'll put more things in the error shipments? Yes, I do. I think we'll see Relic 11 go there in May the 4th update. But, I mean... Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got that kind of stuff, you just got to keep spending it down. The other option is to really just go buy the Lightspeed tokens and start putting them on other characters you want to work on. Outside of that, yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be in the same boat. It was the comment I'd had to CG about a month ago, which is like, you guys, there is an abundance of Relic 10 material, but there's not an abundance of the stuff that gets you to Relic 10, right? Like, I don't have enough Gerdas, droid brains, arrows, impulse sectors, the signal data to get there. So it's like, you can keep giving. It's the same exact problem we had with the droid brains when R10 came out, right? Everyone had, not everyone, large amount of players that weren't spending in the game have like 400 or 500 droid brains, but like 9 Relic 9s. It's because you don't have any of the other materials to keep making that improvement, so you get throttled in another place. So the material getting for free just keeps stockpiling indefinitely, and that's the same thing where Relic 10 is at right now. Is that there's just, you get the R10 mat, you got lots of them, but you can't squeeze enough droid brains and Gerdas, or specifically Gerdas, out of the game to keep making the improvement. So it just whatever you want to spend it on, but unfortunately, with where things are at, until we see a progressive increase in relic levels again, there's just nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I agree.
But it's coming. It's coming. Relic 11 is coming. Relic 11 will be here.
It has.
Dude,
I genuinely think it's coming. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, no. I genuinely think it will come in the next 60 days.
Yeah, it's
I will be massively surprised if it doesn't
tied to
show
Coliseum.
Yeah, of course, it will have to be. That's how they're going to keep moving the game mode.
When we spoke about it a while back, I was, I thought that what they would do is they'd just reprice. So they'll throw in the Relic 11 mat. What's it called? Converter or something like that. At least that's what it was in the SWGOH Events Discord server. Is that they would add that to the store, and that would become like the featured item there. Kind of like featured raids, where Mark III currency is only available in the latest raid. So that mat would become the the featured item inside the error store, and then the servo motor would move, either become really cheap inside the store, or it would move to the Jawa scavenger so that we can dismantle pieces to get it. And then, Colosseum remains that one game mode where if you want to keep pushing the latest relic level, got to compete in Colosseum. Obviously, it doesn't address the fact that we need a shitload more Gerda keypads and a shitload more signal data in order to actually build up. But CG with Relic Delta is now in a place where they can just keep adding more and more resources and push that Relic Delta number higher to give us a reason. Because right now, there's a lot of people that got a lot of Relic 9, and Relic 10, giving you 1 Delta isn't doing enough. So if you go to 11, and then to 12, and then to 13, and then to 14, and it gets higher and higher and higher, all of a sudden it becomes an issue. And Relic Delta becomes important again. So yeah, I do think it's coming very soon.
They need a way to increase the flawed signal data if they do that
100%
badly.
And corrupted, to be honest, because it's fucking hard, right?
They are working on it, though. I mean, with the addition of it to the different stores, and I don't know if you guys noticed that the Fleet Arena store now refreshes every 6 hours instead of every.
I didn't
12.
actually.
I did not notice that.
So they're making changes to help with the economy on that kind of stuff. But what we spent 4 years hearing from CG about the economy in SWGOH is that they do not like to ever do anything drastic. It's always a little tweak. 1% more of this, 1% more of that, see what happens and go from there. But I'm going to post this in our little group chat real quick. The image is already in the game, right?
Yeah.
They already have that image in the game that came to SWGOH when the Era system launched.
Yeah. It came in the game the same time we had the data mine for servo motors.
November of last year is when that came into the game. So they are planning a quick jump to the to that tier. Like it's gonna happen. We're not getting out of that. So
oh man, I mean, if they do bring in Relic 11, and if Relic 7 is no longer the staple anymore, it's gonna be huge.
Yep. That's the point. That's the point. This is what I've been saying. Like, this is what makes endgame whales feel like they're doing something again, is because they can actually say, hey, here is my solution to these peasants trying to fight me in Kyber. Whale harder, you cucks, because I'm just gonna sit here with my RD4 on you, because like I honestly think Relic 12 is their quick jump. I think by next anniversary we're going to be at Relic 12, and because of this, it basically goes, okay, if you're not boasting a Relic 9 roster, which is that's like a few hundred accounts that are going to be that high, if that, then it really starts putting the pressure on players to either catch up or fall down, because you don't really have an in between. Like right now, Relic 7, Relic 8 is competitive against Relic 10, but Relic 8 is not going to do shit versus Relic 12. Like, it's just not going to work. So people are going to start upgrading their characters, which CG gets the cash flow from people trying to keep up. They're going to get the cash flow from the whales staying at the pinnacle, the tip of the spear, and then you're going to watch people kind of slowly fall off on the other end of it. But that's what they're going to do, is just keep moving that metric up. And then I think after we hit Relic 12, we'll see a new relic level about every 9 months, unless they decide that they don't like what the stats that are coming with that, and then they want to take 4 years off again. But it's what's going to happen. I mean, it's the only reason that Relic Delta needed to come to the game was because they had plans of rapid relic level increasing coming. Otherwise, there's no reason for Relic Delta to exist at all in the current state. One relic level did not change anything. It only really changes early game player dynamics. So they need to quickly expand it in order to have the end game players feel a motivation to engage with that particular advantage of like, well, I have a Relic 12 General Leia team. Counter that, you fool. Like, I don't know, just things like that, where it's like you're going to have those. You're going to make it more and more challenging for players to be on the tip of the spear, and that's what they're kind of gunning for, is to make the spending that amount of money worth your time again, because it's going to provide you that power and privilege that the whaling from the 5 years ago once provided you. Was you were you spent to be at the tip of the spear, not just to have temporary power, but permanent power. And that's kind of the shift you're going to see back with Relic Delta taking more of an effect, is that I will have permanent power because I will always be stronger than you, because I will just keep spending to keep bolstering that roster higher and higher. So anyways.
Makes sense to me.
Get ready for whaling.
Get ready for
you sound right. I hope you're wrong, but
listen, I equally hope that I'm wrong, but it just the fact that the it's already in the game files tells me that they have plans to quickly expand. Otherwise, there would have been no reason to have the images in the files, 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah. They're probably just biding their time. Yeah, I mean, they definitely do need to. They have been, like you said, increasing access to signal data. It's been slowly increasing, like the numbers that was in the episode pass. They've added it back into the stores, although incorrectly. It's added into the episode shipment as well as now Guild. Is it Guild? I can't remember now. It's in 2 different places. Yeah, it is. It is Guild currency. It's currently got like the tier 1 for Mark 3 for some reason and tier 2 for Mark 2. I think they got that wrong. Well, they have got that wrong. They said they got it wrong. Who knows how that's going to change? But they also do need to increase our access to things like girders and impulse detectors and electriums and all this sort of shit. And we do see it. Every era battle is like, hey, look, you've got, extra girder keypads here, extra impulse detectors, extra signal data. You just need to keep spending and investing in your roster. And if everybody keeps doing that and they're all getting all these Relic 9s, the only way to go is up, right? It's not a great sign, obviously, but it's the signs that we've got. All right, gents, we have got to the... Sorry, Vex, go ahead, dude.
No, the only thing I was going to say, last thought, is I would love for them to increase the size of the Electrium conductors in the store, please.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else is struggling with that, but in my head...
Please.
Just make it the same cost. Just make them 20 or 15 or 10. The 8, and I mean, it's just so frustrating personally. But
no, I agree. I mean, just give us more shit, to be honest.
That was it. That was all.
Yeah, sweet. All right, before we wrap it up, gents, anything you want to say?
The next era battle needs to reward all signal data for all tiers except for the final tier, which can reward my Relic 10 mats.
I'm on board.
That's it. That's all I've got.
All right. Vex, I want to thank you so much, dude. Thank you for joining us today. I know we ran a little bit late, lots of questions, and we like to ramble, apparently. Thank you, brother. Do you want to pimp your shit and let people know where they can find you?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for inviting me on Tribe Talks. Hopefully not the last time. I had fun.
Fuck no.
It was fun talking with you guys. So, if you guys want to check me out on YouTube, Vexatron. A lot of GAC content, covering some more stuff lately, and hopefully on Friday or one of the future Fridays, I can show up on one of Scribe's streams, and
hell yes,
we could face one day. That would be dope.
That would be dope, but only on a Friday night, so that I have absolute deniability. I'm gonna like open up a separate account, and I'm gonna start just donating money to myself to get shots and shots and shots, so that I absolutely fuck everything up. It's gonna be great. Yeah, no, dude.
Easier way of doing that. Just give me the money, and then I'll donate the money.
I just can't hang with you. That's all I can guarantee. I cannot hang with you.
You say that now, but it's all about mental fortitude and attitude. If you can go on a wrestling mat, you can wrestle a bottle of...
Nothing about the liver. Nothing about the...
No. You got to understand one thing about the UK, though. Their shots are not quite what Americans would be having.
Yeah.
Like, if I meet up with you at Star Wars Celebration and we go... like in person shot for shot, I'm not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, but he's neither is he.
No,
not to like shit on Scribe here to be rude, but like
shots are 25 mil over here, so it's not 35 mil, which you guys have, I think.
Yeah, we have bigger shots in America, so like what we're used to seeing are much larger pores. So it's like it's not quite a 1-to-1, and that's the important thing to remember. So you probably do better than you think.
At a Sweet 16 once, and I don't remember a thing. But I apparently went to urinate on someone in a stall.
Oh, God.
So I don't mix well with liquor.
I love it.
Well,
that is brilliant, bro.
First of all, cardinal rule of getting pissed drunk. do it at home.
I think I fell asleep on the way there, and that's what did it.
Don't ever do it in public. That's the first rule. Unless you really, really just want to have those things on your life forever.
I mean, my 18th birthday party at home, I exposed myself to my entire family, and there were kids there. So apparently I was in the, I don't remember because I was absolutely blasted, but I was inside the bathroom. I'd obviously just gone for a piss, but I'd left the door to the bathroom wide open, and my dad came in, found me in front of the sink with my pants down by my ankles, just looking in the mirror at myself. And he's like, "Son, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Pull your trousers up, son." I was like, "Okay." So apparently I was just full on cock shirting it in the bathroom with the door open and kids running around the house.
The context of the story helps because the way you started that, you were like, you're about to be on a list.
I thought they were about to blow out candles and you just whipped it out.
You just flopped it on the cake like, "Hey, happy birthday to me." No, yeah, context helps. Yeah. But thankfully I've matured since then. Some frosting. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, so liquor is something, that's for sure. Although that wasn't even liquor, that was champagne. Yeah. Mm.
Oh, that'll do it.
That'll do it.
Horrible thing to get drunk off of.
It turns out, yeah. Can confirm. All right, let's wrap it up. Gents, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll try and remember and put this up on Spotify for tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy your GACs. Oh, Vex, you going to stream your GAC now? Because I could chuck people over to you.
I wasn't going to. Honestly, okay. I have to do a bunch of stuff. Are you doing it right now?
No. I don't tend to after Tribe Talks. I'm too gassed. I'm like, I can't be fucked to do this now. I'll do it tomorrow.
That and it's what, almost 1 a.m. for you?
No, 11:15. We're not quite that late, thankfully.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So anyway, looks like Calvin's live. I will send you guys over to Calvin. Amazing. Thank you, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. Hasta mañana. Hasta pronto. Thank you, gents. Big love.